What is a ray of light without the shadow it creates? What is the darkness without desire for flame? What is a warrior without a worthy foe? What would you like to do? It's time to roll. When the lines between good and evil are blurred, no one knows if there is Dune or Paler came first. An ancient struggle throughout all time to push against the other keeps both upright. Is the coming chaos worth the peace? Is it all just a puzzle to complete? A one-sided coin can't exist, isn't real, and thus goes the tales of Ethyl. Thus goes the tales of Ethyl.
I think we're on. I think we're good. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Tales of Ethyl episode 30 after a very long break. Thank you guys so much for being so patient for us to come back. Thank you. Let's see. Mickey Wouse, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Let's make sure I got the right chat up just so that everything's all good to go. Zephyr, thank you for the raid and thank you for the sub. It has been so goddamn long. It's been about a month since we've been able to do any of this shit, so couple announcements ahead of time. They're still going to be kind of sporadic before I can get the schedule in lock, but we do have episode 2 of Rose and Thorns. That's what it's called, right? No, Thorns and Ashes. Fuck, I'll never remember the goddamn.
I'll remember.
But on the 27th, we've got the other campaign for the episode 2 going on the 27th, and then on the 11th, around the 11th of October, we don't have a date set yet, but we are going to be doing another tavern talk. I'm sorry we didn't do it during our break. I got too goddamn busy. I just finished fucking moving. But yeah, for our 1-year anniversary in October, we are going to be doing another tavern talk, kind of going over where we've been. Josh, thank you for the sub, and god damn it, another fucking hype train. God damn it. Now I can't start until the hype train's over. You guys let me know if the music's too loud, how it sounds on there, if we need to change anything. We're trying out our new Discord bots to see if maybe they're a little bit better. God damn it, Dragon! Going for the hype train, I see. Oh, yeah, almost a whole fucking year. That's crazy. Get fucked, sweetie. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, bud. All right, but while we wait for this hype train going on, I just want to say thank you guys for coming to join me today and play this game with me, and thank you, the viewers, for coming to hang out with us while we do this. Beer and shot, you fucking got it, Dragon. We're gonna start this episode the same way that we always do, with our shots. So anyone that is drinking tonight or not, take a shot of something. It could even be just like non-alcoholic, but cheers to you guys. Cheers to the campaign. Let's have some fucking fun tonight. Cheers. Tink.
Alcohol.
Alcohol something.
My alcoholic
Delicious.
Dr. Pepper. Because that's all we had in the fridge.
Okay. So while this hype train is going, because I don't want to ignore it, and I don't want to ignore anyone else doing anything, because every single fucking time somebody comes in here, I don't think he's in here right now. Rizard, I don't think he's in here, but I don't know. Usually he'll come in here and fuck with my shit, and I don't want him to feel ignored. So let's start early with our introductions. Down in my bottom left, we have Silas.
Hi, I'm Zephyr. It's a pleasure to be back, and I play Silas the Breaker, the Orc Fighter.
Next to him, we have Antioch.
Hi, I'm Malachi. I'm a guest. But I'm here to cause fucking chaos.
Which he will. Next to him, we've got Kazim.
Hey, I'm Josh. I'm gonna be a problem today.
That's the norm. And of course, last but not least, we've got Nico.
Hello, everyone. It's been such a long while, and I am just so happy to be here.
We've still got about 5 more minutes because somebody, I'm not going to name names, Josh, decided to donate more bits, and now we're in level 2 hype train, so we're going to let that keep going. But let's chat, guys. What have you guys been doing on our break from Tales? Anything interesting going on? I know that Baldur's Gate 3's come out. We've all been playing a bit of that. That's been an absolute blast.
I've been fucking Asterion, let's be honest.
It's been amazing.
I'll be very...
No, I've been fucking I made my character from Thorns and Ashes, Asriel, along with his brother Alistair, are going through on their little adventure, so that's been fun. Terrible choices have been made. Terrible choices have been made. I'm gonna miss that bard.
I've been getting ready for my little sister's birthday, which basically means I've been collecting a lot of shit to spoil her. So I've got like origami lights, potion making kits, like the whole 9 yards.
When's her birthday?
It is the 26th of August, so it's literally like next. It's like Saturday.
Okay. And what's her name?
Millie.
Millie, happy early birthday from Tales of Ethyl.
Yeah, she's a sweet.
I will be clipping that later and showing it to her.
Do it. Do it.
If someone wants to clip that for me, go ahead.
Actually, I think I might be able to just do it real quick. Boop, boop. Okay.
Uncle Karma says hello.
Uncle Karma. That's a good name for me.
Aww.
But yeah, like I said, sorry it's been taking so long. I'm sorry that it took us like a month to get back into it, but god damn it, Paleface. I could also be annoying here while also being cool. Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate I do appreciate it. You guys really don't have to spend this money on me. I always feel bad when people send bits and stuff like this, because I do this for fucking free. I don't do this for money. I do it just for the fun of it. I just stuck my finger in my fucking nightcap like a loser. Jesus. Hi, Seb.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, I'm very excited to see where this episode goes. I'm excited for Tavern Talk, which reminds me, all of you viewers, if you're going to be here around the 11th of October for our Tavern Talk, we're going to be doing it live. Come up with questions that you guys have got for the cast, that you've got for me about anything to do with Tales of Ethyl whatsoever. That also will be kind of a recap of everything that we've done so far, just kind of a general bullet points of the episodes, what was important about them and stuff like that. So if you have questions and stuff, we'll answer them there. Just kind of a huge Q&A. We'll get some answers.
But Karma, where would they put those questions? I wonder.
Thanks for asking. You can go right into the Discord. There is a thanks, Josh. Shameless plug. There is the questions for the cast down in the questions for the Ether section of the Discord, where you can post your questions if you want to, or you can type them in chat depending on where we go. If you do it in chat, we might not see it, but if you do it in the questions of the Ether, I'm going to read it off like a list. So if you have any questions, it's a good place to put them. So I appreciate you guys. Sorry, but I missed the interactions we had. I do too, Paleface. I miss it a lot. Fuck it. We got a minute left on this level 2 hype train. We're going to let that keep going. But yeah. Any questions for that? Save it for Tavern Talk, which means for at least the next couple episodes, we're probably not going to take the 15 minutes at the end to answer the questions, because I want to save it for Tavern Talk. But yeah, you as the cast, I want you guys to think about the things that have happened on our journey, how they've been important to you, what they've done, your favorite moments of the campaign and stuff like that. Antioch, I know that you're kind of new, but maybe you can think about things that have happened during the campaign that Antioch might have responded to in some way. I think that would be interesting. Would it be rude to say CJ rolls well into segues? Fair.
We've been gone a month and nothing fucking
Already
changes.
starting. I love it so much.
Fucking O'Neill, brother.
Shit, that's fucking funny. That's really good. Oh shit! Go on, CJ. Stand up for yourself.
Dude, he wishes.
I love you, CJ. Don't leave, Sever. Okay. Oh shit. We're starting.
Look, no, he's gone now. No, he's gone now. He's expended all of his walking ability.
Now he can't get back.
Now he can't get back.
I love you, CJ. I love you. I'm just kidding.
Fucking. You have a weird way of showing it, alright?
We have not been mean to you for the longest of times, okay? You're gonna take it now.
Thank you guys for Hey man, I appreciate you, pal. We love you, man. We love you. Alright, thank you guys for that fucking hype train. I truly do appreciate it. It all genuinely just goes right back into the fucking stream, because If you guys are gonna spend money on it, I'm gonna do what I can to make it better. So, I hope you guys are ready. We've done our introductions, we've done our announcements. Do you guys have anything you'd like to say to the viewers before we get started?
No.
Beans.
Fair enough. All right, so let's get into our amazing story of magic and wonder that is a campaign based on a video game that's based on a campaign, as we call the Tales of Ethyl. Where we last left off, our group had met up with an interesting little deep gnome known as Antioch. Right after Ayumi and / Mistrix has kind of gone off to go on some soul searching, Antioch had an interesting mission for the group to go on, to go check out a place called Emberdale. They aren't sure why. They've heard that there's been some kind of volcano activity over there that they're just going to go investigate. They don't know why he's so interested in going there, but the group was paid at least half in advance for a mission to kind of escort him there and possibly escort him back. They've just made it to Dreek, which is just a couple days outside of Emberdale, where all the refugees from the burning town have managed to make their escape, as the three, Kazim, Nico, and Silas, had made their way to the tavern to kind of regroup, figure out what they're going to do. Antioch has gone off on his own to ask for advice on what he should do, maybe go find someone that can escort them, which he managed to find in Alicia, where he also got a commission for some breastplate in the morning. He was told to kind of go sleep on if he really wants to go there, and then meet back up with her in the morning. Perhaps she'll have some things for her. So we'll see what happens there. But I'd like to ask the group, Nico, Silas, and Kazim, as you guys begin walking down the streets and you find your tavern and you begin walking inside, you notice that there is... Actually, let me try changing this up real quick. I need that one. And we need that one. Sorry, guys, we got new bots, and they have a bunch of fucking cool sounds, so we're just gonna... There we go. As you guys walk in, you notice that there's kind of quite a few people inside. There's maybe 7 or 8 people, all kind of sitting at the bar. Also, let me know, guys, if the sound is good on the stream. Okay. As they are all just kind of getting their drinks, everyone seems to be calming down from maybe they had a long day of working, maybe just kind of drinking away the issues that they had. There's not really a whole rowdiness to it, but it's a fairly large bar. There's maybe about 15 to 20 people in there. You would say that compared to the water wheel, at least the one that you guys are most comfortable with, it's about 3 times as big. The bar just kind of takes up one wall on the western side, and the rest is just kind of filled with a bunch of different tables. There's quite a few open, but a lot of them do have, you know, one person, maybe a couple people. There's a group of like 6 different humans kind of in the corner, at least at a quick glance, that seem to be all kind of drinking together. If any of the 3 of you would like, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Always with Silas, he's always looking around.
Nico doesn't pay attention to shit.
Okay.
Never.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. Kazim, are you rolling?
Also a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. So Nico, you just kind of take in just a different atmosphere. It doesn't feel solemn, which is kind of surprising based on what happened, but maybe, you know, these people seem to have a hearty soul behind them, so you don't really notice anything. Kazim and Silas, you notice that besides the other group, in the back corner seems to be this kind of older woman with a cloak over her head that seems to be drinking alone, and next to her seems to be these mercenaries. But at first you don't really notice much, but then you notice that there's kind of a wide berth around her, perhaps to avoid her for some reason. Maybe they're scared of her, maybe they just trying to give her some space, you're not too sure. But that sticks out to you guys a little bit compared to the rest of the there seems to be a pattern around that specific woman compared to the rest.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask Nico, Kazim, and Silas, for the first time in a month, what would you guys like to do?
Well, dude, oh my god, it's been such a long time ago. You know, I'm gonna turn around to face both Kazim and Silas. back on the road, aren't we? I wasn't expecting to be moving towards something this early. After what recently has happened, to say the least.
Idle days tend to be the longest. I know that not everyone shares an orc sentiment, but being on the road is, well, to us it's as good as breathing, but
I didn't take you for a nomad.
I'm a man of the earth. I belong to it, I came from it, and I will return to it.
But wouldn't you
Uh,
want to just go and see other places and just settle down at one point? Like, outside of just everything. I mean, why not just leave everything behind, right?
I suppose something that's different in an orcish culture to that of most others. Orcs don't typically stay around for more than a few years at a time. Zenok had only been around Rivers Run since I was a child, and I imagine should my son have come of age, he would have been helping to lead the tribe to a new settlement.
But that's an awful long amount of time then to stay in there. If you travel every few years or so.
Orc lives are a lot shorter than that of other species amongst these plains and mountains.
Right. I keep forgetting sometimes.
It's often not something that's remembered. To me, the life of an elf, for example, is terrifying. Even someone like yourself living for a century, let's say, to me, that is 2 lifetimes. 3 if you're a little unlucky.
Oh, believe me. Longevity goes in genes, so to say.
And
What
with
a
your
sad, pitiful existence.
But with your longer years, you have time to settle down. Orcs
I
are not offered
suppose.
such luxury. Uh, Speaking of settling down, I suppose, either of you see that woman over there in the corner?
Yeah,
Who? Which one?
the old lady right over there.
Huh. Yeah, no, I don't see what you're pointing at. I'm sorry. I must be more tired than I anticipated. I'm sorry. But what's up? What's so special? Does she look hurt or distressed? I suppose.
Something's a little suspicious about it, but I don't think she's hurt. She's probably fine. And if everybody else is giving her space, we should probably do the same.
Why not? You know, or we can just bring her a drink. You know, we could be nice. I suppose. Doesn't hurt being nice to people.
It is often... Drinking alone is very different to drinking and being lonely. I can't quite tell which
Well-
one she is, and I suppose there's only one way to find out.
If people are avoiding her, what? Let us just grab a drink and sit next to her. Why not?
Ale or cider?
It's this time of need, after all. And cider, yes.
Okay, so you guys are who's rolling for insight?
Josh will.
Joshua?
Yeah,
Okay,
no, honey.
go for it.
That's very much a Kazim
Okay.
thing.
Oh, baby, first nat 20
Oh
Okay.
my god.
for a total of 27.
So you can tell as you're looking at her that everyone around her is just kind of side-eyeing her. how do I describe this? It's a feeling very familiar to you based on like your kind of time of preaching the word of Misty, of the Mist Queen, that you know there's gonna be people that listen to you, but everyone always kind of gives you that side eye of like, this motherfucker's crazy. So you can kind of get an insight that, and you can tell the stress on her face that, you know, people, she's probably the crazy bitch, or at least everyone thinks she's the crazy bitch of the village.
Oh, she's gonna want 2 drinks.
Oh, 2 drinks? Well, right ahead of
Silent. Silas, here's 10 gold. Go buy as many drinks as that'll get us.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll take it.
How much did you just give him?
10 gold.
Okay.
Oh,
That's so much alcohol.
Yep.
Okay.
but yeah,
I won't say what I rolled, but I rolled for logic.
logic.
To see if Silas
Right.
is able to understand that don't use all the gold on it. 'Cause
So that
it's
would be
still a little new to him.
that would be wisdom. Do you want to roll for wisdom?
I mean, I can
You-
go off what I've rolled.
You go off of what you roll with your wisdom, and could you also do it with disadvantage as it's because it's with money, and you still don't quite get the hang of it?
Yep, no, that's fine. That's higher, so it doesn't matter. That would be a 14 total.
I mean, I will say it kind of does feel like a lot of money for just a couple drinks. Like,
Yep.
you're not sure how much it will buy, but you do feel like it's a bit excessive.
I imagine for Silas, it's like when I've seen people buying drinks at the water wheel, they're using different colored coins.
Yeah, no, you've never once seen anyone pay their bill with a gold unless it's for like a month of a room.
Yeah. Or it's like a round for the house or
Yeah.
something. Or...
So yeah, you can kind of tell that it's a bit much.
Alright, yeah. Now the question is, does Silas play into that? Because Kazim has decided to give me 10 gold. Do I want to make him regret that? We'll find out.
Come back with a cask.
He
I'll,
brings out
I'll
a-
come back with the entire basement.
Okay.
Yeah, let's sit
Um,
down next to the lady, right? She doesn't bite, hopefully.
Yeah, let's do this.
Depends what kind of
I
hack
am-
it is.
So what are we doing, guys? What's the plan? What are we doing here?
I'm gonna
Um,
silver mask to look like an old guy.
Okay. So all of a sudden,
Like-
Kazim goes from his feathery self to just some random old dude. Describe what he looks like to me, Kazim.
Kind of like decrepit, old, like clearly over 100, long, shaggy white beard. Maybe like a couple wisps of hair up top and huge bushy eyebrows, and just like sauntering over, crooked back with a little cane that he's using.
Oh my god.
I used to be an adventurer. Got it. I love the pictures. So, are you walking over to her, Kazim?
Yes.
Nico, what are you doing
Wait.
as this new Kazim with the wispy hair is begin kind of doing his old man Actually, you know what? Kazim, roll for performance.
Oh, you know I'm good at performance with that +1. That's a 9.
Or you could change it to deception if you want.
Deception. Okay. So that would be a 15.
A 15? Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty good. You can tell it's Kazim. You can tell, but he's obviously faking the kind of old man walk, but it's pretty convincing. If you didn't know it was Kazim, you probably wouldn't be able to pick him up from a crowd. So what are you doing is he begins sauntering over.
I think Nico would be a little bit more well-mannered, and he would actually, you know, as he walks up, he would ask if it would be okay to sit down next to her before, you know, we just sit down and just like kind of decide that it's our place to sit. No, I think he would ask, would it be okay if we sit down here with you?
You see the old woman just kind of look up towards you and go, "Sit next to me if you wish to get the despise of the rest of the town."
I think that'd be more than okay with us. I don't believe that.
No one wants
Just
to
sit
listen
next
to
to
me.
you.
No one ever wants to hear my warnings. They all just act like I'm so crazy. I swear I've seen it. I've seen it myself. And you see, as soon as she yells that, you see everyone just kind of, you hear one guy kind of off in the back go, "Shut up, you old coot." Then you hear a couple chuckles off in the back.
But believe me, we've seen crazy. No,
Crazy?
I don't believe it's going to be. Shut the fuck up. Dude, I'll fucking strangle you.
You know, I was crazy once.
Is that how Kazim walks up to the table?
Yeah, that is now.
They put me in a cell.
Rubber cell. Anyway, while this is going on, Silas, what are you doing with your newfound small fortune?
Yeah, I'm buying real estate now. Fuck Monopoly. I'm gonna go up to the barkeep, sort of eye him up and down a little bit, try and get a bit of a read, and a round of cider for my friends and I at the old woman's table in the back.
You see that there's this very large, burly human man, maybe 35-ish, long, reddish head, or reddish beard, with kind of short, curly hair on top as he kind of walks over and goes, "With the old lady? You sure?"
As sure as the sun is setting.
Well, be prepared for an interesting night of stories. Tell you what, first round's on me. That bitch is crazy. As he walks over and he kind of starts pouring drinks and goes, "You buying it for the old lady? Maybe she'll shut the fuck up for once." As he's pouring one, he brings you just 4 small kind of tankards of some kind of cider.
Silas will put 2 gold on the counter and just say, "Keep them coming."
You see him kind of, okay, how do I put this?
Ew.
What is your, do you know what your passive insight is?
Passive insight is 12.
12? Nah, you wouldn't really notice. He just kind of slides it over and goes, "You got it." As he just kind of goes back to what he was doing, working with someone else. As you walk up, Kazim, and you were saying, "I was crazy once," you hear you hear her go, okay. Is he still crazy? As he's looking at you, Nico.
To my utmost belief, yes, he is. He's the most crazy person I've ever met, to be honest.
Where did you meet an old man like that?
Oh, I've kidnapped him down the road, you know.
Roll for deception.
Can I give advantage with that by just staring daggers
Can you
at
what?
everyone else in the room?
Yeah, you.
Can I give
Yeah.
advantage?
I'll get if you go along with it, Nico. You can roll with deception with with advantage.
Okay, let's see. With advantage.
We're about
My
to-
hands on the table, they're wrapped in rope.
The guards are about to get called in. We've been a rule of 3 minutes.
You said deception.
Deception.
18 plus swordsman deception plus 5, 23 total.
Oh, great.
So you see her eyes go kind of wide, and you see her just kind of back up a little bit and goes, "I believe I have somewhere else I need to be. I hope you all both have a lovely evening." And she looks over at you and goes,
Now-
"Good luck, I suppose," as she begins getting up and starts.
Oh, I'm gonna like motion out a hand for her to stop. No, you don't need to leave this yet.
We're
As
just
soon as you
joking.
reach out your hand, you see her like kind of flinch back a little bit, like you're trying to grab for
We're
her.
just joking.
God damn it! I'm gonna have to do it. Okay. Where is it? Fast Friends.
Oh my god! Not again! Not again!
We are not here to extort old ladies.
I'm not trying to extort her. I'm just trying to be friendly.
I said it
First
earlier.
off,
I said it
Nico,
earlier.
You decided for some reason you were going to try and convince this old lady that you just stole,
you know,
kidnapped
that-
this guy.
That was a joke,
I said-
lady.
How did she know? She doesn't know who the fuck you are, and you can tell that she was trying. Anyway. Kazim, as you kind of quickly wave your hand, you see that kind of panic over her face, kind of go over her eyes, and goes, "Oh, I didn't realize." I would say Antioch at this point. You kind of walk in, and you see Nico kind of in the back as this old lady's kind of flinching away from Nico, and there's another random old dude in front of him, kind of that waves some kind of hand. You look over the bar, you see Silas turn around with a bunch of fucking tankers. He's been heading towards that corner. Do you do anything?
Such bad people.
You're muted.
Yeah, I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on. I guess I'm just going over to the people I recognize. Oh, hey, there's Nico over there, and Silas is heading over that way. I guess I'm going that way too.
So, now-
Where the fuck's the bird gone?
Sure.
so you see her face kind of calm down because when she looks at you and she goes, I'm so sorry. Don't mind me. I'm just a little on edge as of late, and no one seems to believe what actually happened.
Now tell me, what's the lovely young lady like you were doing in a place like this?
Trying to drink my sorrows away after watching our Lord and Savior from Emberdale summon a fucking demon and destroy the city. And you hear another voice off to the side and go, "Don't you dare talk about him like that."
Yeah, wait a minute. I mean, is someone a demon?
I saw it with my own eyes. They performed a ritual in the basement of the keep, and they summoned him. They summoned Pyroth the Destroyer. And you hear another. You see a fucking bread roll fucking beam her in the side of the head. Shut up! You don't talk to him about like that.
Yo, I'm gonna stand up. Yo, who fucking did that?
You see a younger, maybe 28-year-old guy. He's got like an apron on. You can tell he's some kind of craftsman, and you can tell that like there's actual anger for whatever reason. These people do not like her saying that whoever this leader was of Emberdale destroyed the town. But yeah,
That was a bit uncalled for. There is no reason to throw a bread at the lady. She can have her own opinion, okay?
1 second.
Fucking
Lord
hell.
Ulrich was an incredible man. He saved us from the town. He protected us from that volcano. Don't you dare pin this on him! As he's pointing directly towards that old lady. And you see his friends just kind of trying to pull him down, like, calm the fuck down, sit down. But yeah, you can tell that there was some actual anger. He goes, no one wants to believe me. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I saw it with my own eyes. They were tricked by Pyroth. Told that they were gonna summon our actual god, Ignatius. They thought they were bringing forth prosperity, but they brought Pyroth and destroyed our town.
Is Pyroth the name of a demon?
Pyroth is destruction itself. You see her kind of get frustrated. She kind of sits down and she takes another drink, and you see her kind of stressing out, and she goes, he activated the volcano and he sent the lava and those beasts after us and chased us out of our town. Lord Ulrich did what he could to trap it in the basement of the keep, but he's the reason we are all stuck here, and no one wants to believe me. We have to go there. We have to free him. He's still alive. And you hear another person go, Lord Ulrich sacrificed his life for you. Don't you dare take it in vain. And you see another kind of person go, shut the fuck up and leave her alone. She's just a crazy old lady.
So a devil trapped in a basement of a keep. And I'm just gonna send Silas a look.
What? Here's the thing. At the mention of any kind of fiend, Silas's mind is backtracking a little bit.
Silas! Our friend. Why don't you come sit here with us and listen to this tale of this wonderful lady?
I have heard. I imagine by this point I would have made it over.
Yeah,
and heard
I would
at
say that
least
both you and Antioch have probably come by. You guys probably haven't noticed Antioch walk over, but Antioch, you are hearing her describe some weird events of summoning, trying to summon Ignatius, which is a god that you were familiar with, but was truly summoned Pyroth, which you're not familiar with that name. You're not sure who he might be or what he might be. But yeah, let's say you guys are all at the table.
There is apparently a devil that's been summoned in the basement of a keep.
I do believe she said demon. From my
Devil, demon.
To be fair, there's a very not clear distinction between the two. It's mostly where they live, so it's probably one or the other.
Don't tell them that.
And you see her kind of look over at you, Nico, and you see her like her hands are shaking. She goes, "You have to believe me. You have to go, and you have to save Lord Ulrich."
Don't worry about that. do believe you. As uncommon as it could be down here.
Do we get the sense at all that she has her wits about her, or is she actually crazy?
You're welcome to roll for insight if you'd like.
Nika
would
is
love
as
to.
gullible as a fucking toddler.
Yeah,
It doesn't
more than welcome to roll for insight.
25?
25. You can. How do I describe it? You can tell that she 100% believes everything she's saying. Like, there is not a shadow of doubt. There is no, like, you can kind of tell when people are making things up or maybe exaggerating a bit much, but you can tell every word she says, she absolutely believes to be true, especially the part where she says she saw it herself. So you're not sure if she's actually crazy, but you could definitely tell she believes everything she's saying to be true.
Okay.
And you know exactly where it happened.
I saw it. I did. And you see her kind of shyly kind of look away for a moment as she just goes, I was in the keep and I snuck into an area that was not meant for normal folk, and I saw the ritual, and I saw what I believed to be a god, and you see her kind of blankly go off, I saw what he did. And you see her go, but I saw Lord Ulrich, he quickly went into action. He pushed as many as he could out of the chamber, and he sealed himself in there with it, sealing Pyroth in with him. But he has to still be there. He has to still be protecting us. Otherwise, he would be raining down chaos upon us all right now.
Which god did you see? Do you know?
Ignatius, the master of craft.
Oh, okay.
And you see her kind of dart directly towards you, Antioch, and go, you know of Ignatius.
Indeed, I do. Yes.
Tell
I'm
them-
sorry.
What?
No. Go ahead.
Ignatius would never try and attempt something like this, but we thought he could bring us prosperity and help us master our crafts even much more, but it was about and you see her kind of quickly trying to recap everything that's been going. She goes, a week ago, maybe two, sometime in the last couple weeks, there was a communication with our oracle from Ignatius. She's the voice of Ignatius. We've always done our worship through her, through the ceremony of the forge, and we were told of a ritual of a time Ignatius would come and help us perfect our amazing crafts, and our weapons would be those to rival the gods. And we had no reason to disbelieve it. Lord Ulrich thought he would be helping us, and he got the instructions, and he did, but it was trickery, I say. And you hear another one go, shut up, you coot! And you see her just kind of scoot down and whisper and get a little bit closer and go, but it was the destroyer. He lied through everything. He used deception to trick us into summoning him here, but Ulrich was smarter, trapping him in there, and he must still be alive, otherwise the seal would be broken. He would be free. Pyroth cannot kill Lord Ulrich, but Ulrich must be saved.
Is it perhaps on where we're heading? Is it perhaps in Emberdale?
Yes, the Keep of Emberdale.
The Keep of Emberdale.
The Keep of Emberdale, where our Lord lives, where the forge is.
Y'all want to go kill the god?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, I am the.
No, not you. Not you.
Oh.
The old
Looking at
man.
the old man who has
Random
just
ass old man who's
spoken like
bald.
he's a part of this group. I'm looking at him like, who are you?
That's my grandpa. Kazlor.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Oh my god, roll for deception with advantage.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, that first one's an 11.
Okay.
And that's a 13. Okay. 13. Dirty 20.
Hey, what's your passive insight there, Antioch?
My passive insight is 15.
Oh yeah, Nico found his grandpa here, I guess, named Pappy.
I
That's-
spoke to a lady who is kind enough to show myself into the town. Unfortunately, what I was looking for was not here, so I am going to have to go in. If you wish to come with me, we leave tomorrow.
And you hear her say, "You'll go? Are you going to save Ulrich, Lord Ulrich?"
Well, we take a look, probably. We can't promise any
I
results.
have personal business there, but I can stop by, I'm sure.
If you do, there's something Lord Ulrich needs to be saved, but Pyroth must be taken care of, and I know of a way. I know of a way to help. I know of a way to help, but I'm missing things.
Oh, turns out she's a hag.
What are you missing, young lady?
Dragon scales. I need dragon scales, and then I need cinder root, and I can make.
Holy shit! I have those.
Do
you have cinder root?
too?
I have, well, not cinder root, but I have a
Okay.
bag of dragon scales.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, you do.
Silas,
Where the
Silas,
hell
do
did
you
you
know
find
what cinder root is?
Cinder.
Silas wouldn't. He's not native to this land.
Shit.
Yeah,
assuming
none of
Silas
you guys.
know
I don't.
everything spices and herbs.
If any of you guys
Dang
would
it.
want, you could roll for nature, maybe.
Could
I mean,
convince you to make
Silas,
another
I will
food?
say-
at his house.
Silas isn't really book learned, so you probably wouldn't have found any kind of information based on this. You only know the nature near where you live. But those of you who are, I would say that Antioch and Kazim, because you both are part of libraries, you are welcome to roll. Antioch, you can roll with advantage for nature if you'd like.
I feel like this
Alrighty.
isn't really Kazim's
Thank God
wheelhouse.
for that.
I'm not gonna roll.
Okay.
So, the first roll was a 2.
Okay.
The second roll was a 4 plus 4 for an 8.
I say I
You
wouldn't
know,
roll.
as a root, it grows in the ground.
Yeah, cool.
There you go. That's what you know.
Antioch's having a day. It's been a long day.
I mean, with what's occurring right now, I think it's fair.
Does
Oh,
she know?
fair
you're under
lady,
the
do you know where we can get a bit
Did you
of
just call her?
root?
You just called her old lady.
I
Fair.
said fair lady. Fair lady, okay?
You may.
That's
You,
fair.
my name. I am Cynthia the Alchemist. I am one of the
Cynthia
greater.
the
I am an alchemist of Emberdale, or I suppose I was. My no one will help me build shop. But Cinderroot used to grow just on the outskirts of Emberdale, toward about a day's south. You could actually find it probably a day's north of here, northwest of here, underneath the trees, the ever-burning trees. And Antioch, I will say you've heard of the ever-burning trees. You know they grow on the base of volcanoes usually, and they kind of produce this pollen-like thing that looks a lot like smoke.
Okay. What did you say that name was? What did you say her name was? Cynthia?
Cynthia.
The alchemist. Ooh.
Is that a name I've heard before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. It might be. I have to check my notes with you again. I don't.
Malachi's looking at his encyclopedia.
Yeah.
I wrote you too many
Okay.
notes that even I don't fucking remember.
There is a lot in this, and it is not.
Are you,
well
are you able to search
thought of.
terms? Like,
Yeah,
search for the word
Control F
Cynthia?
or something. Click it. It usually should pop up to find a word and like just type in.
Does that work on Discord?
Yeah.
No, but in Discord they have a search function to just.
Oh,
search
they
for
do.
terms.
Control F automatically kicks you to the search options.
Yeah.
Neat.
On web
Anywhere.
pages, anywhere. Like it always gets.
Yeah, I don't think you've heard that name before. Any versions that I've wrote of Cynthia, it doesn't pop up. So
Okay.
anyway,
All good.
at the bottom, at the base of the ever-burning trees. If you can find that, you can dig at the base, and there will be a small, bright red root. It appears to be very hot, but it's not. It's very tricky. But if you can dig that up and bring me a bit, I can make something that can help you beat Pyroth. You have to promise me to beat Pyroth and save Lord Ulrich.
They don't call me Pappy the Destroyer for nothing.
The destroyer of destroyers.
Yeah, we will try for sure, but we can't promise anything.
Thank you. They'll all see that Lord Ulrich is still alive. They've all given up hope, but I've never given up hope. He has been protecting us from Lord Ulrich, from Pyroth. Anyway.
Well, I think we do this funky thing, right?
Well, you will find me in the purple tents in the refugees. I must get things prepared. I'm gonna go start the base potion, and when you have the ingredients, let me know. I need dragon scrolls, any quality, but prefer, if you can, the better quality. The better quality of dragon, the more powerful it'll be. But and the cinder root, just bring me the whole root if you can. I'll grade it up myself. But yes, you'll be able to tell which one's mine. And you see her kind of get up, and she kind of grabs you all by the shoulders, one by one, and goes, thank you so much, as she kind of almost skips out.
Well, no matter where we go, there seems to be trouble brewing for us. Wonderful.
So, new plan. We go to Emberdale, we do Shorty's thing, and then we kill a god.
Yeah, Grandpa.
That's our
We
objective?
kill a god.
Yeah, we kill a god. Yeah.
How was your stay here back in Emberdale, Grandpa? By the way.
The women and the men.
How
Antioch,
was
you're starting to
Grandpa
pick up
doing?
that there's something a little off about Pappy.
How's been Grandma doing?
She's been dead for 47 years by my own hand.
Thought she
mind
was
you.
dead, you know.
Yeah, I
I thought you were dead too,
All right,
actually.
after
now
him
that I
mentioning
think
that
about
he killed his own wife, now you're real suspicious that something's going on with Pappy.
She's been dead for 47 years. Nico's what, early to mid 20s at best?
it. You don't know that. You don't know that.
You don't know.
You don't know how old Nico is.
Things aren't adding up quite with Pappy just yet.
You know, I remember Grandpa. You were dead, and so was Grandma. You know,
So, Antioch's gonna poke this person with
Happy?
his wand.
Okay,
Say his fucking name.
you notice that it gives way a little bit more, and you don't notice his skin move the way you think it would. Seems very.
No, but I'm also casting Identify as I do so.
I don't think Identify works on people.
Yes, it does.
Even if it does, I
if
am
you instead touch
technically
a
happy
creature
right
Oh,
throughout
yeah,
the
you use-
casting,
you're
you
using-
learn what spells, if any,
using
are
the
currently
math.
affected.
For some reason, it just doesn't. Seems real. You can't identify what's going on. You can identify there's a smidgen of some kind of magic, but you can't tell what it is. For some reason, your spell seems almost. I don't want to say nullified, but it doesn't seem to really do anything. You can't really tell. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me, Kazim.
How long does the mask for? Like an hour?
An hour.
an hour.
Yeah, so any minute now I'll be just a bird again.
Yeah, you.
But
yeah, just not right now though. You've only been there for like maybe 15 minutes, so.
Yeah,
are
Grandpa.
there, by the table where the kid threw the roll, is there a window?
Oh my god.
It's kind of in the back. You're kind of right now in the back. There's not really any windows. You do see like a door that leads to a back area. The closest window to you is going to be based on where Pappy is sitting, kind of under there. You guys are almost underneath the stairs, but by the stairs there is a window maybe about 20-ish feet away from you.
Cool. I'm gonna get up and just to cover my bases so nobody fucks with the old lady, I'm gonna use Thaumaturgy and just shout out to the room. The next person who fucks with my new girlfriend gets turned into a toad.
Roll for intimidation.
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
Okay. 17 total.
So you hear Pappy's voice boom across the entire hall of patrons around them as you see them all just kind of stop, and they all just kind of slowly look over. and you see them all just kind of slowly look away to start drinking and go, there's a fucking another one.
I want to make eye contact with the kid who threw the roll and then polymorph him into a toad for good measure.
Oh, that
You
wasn't
see-
a kid.
okay,
That was like full grown man, dude.
It was like, he was like 28, so yeah, it was a full-grown dude, but you see him like, I'm mean-mugging you as you're saying that, and all of a sudden, you just see Pappy raise up his hand, and he just kind of flicks it out, and that 28-year-old just kind of turns into a toad. You just see his group of like 4 or 5 friends just kind of get up, push their cards back, and go, turn him back! Turn him back! Turn him back! What the fuck? Oh god!
No! Go fuck yourself!
Got it way out of hand, way too quickly. Oh my god, why would you do that?
you do see them. You see them kind of pick up the 28-year-old and go, get the guards, get the guards. What the fuck?
So they're holding him, right?
Yeah, they are. One guy is holding him.
Now I'm turning him back.
So all of a sudden, as you see them trying to clear the way, you see that fucking toad expand back at that 28-year-old. He's climbing on top of his friend, and you see the 28-year-old kind of get up and go, we won't mess with her again. I swear you got. You see him just kind of start running away, and his fucking friends are beginning to chase after him.
I fucking love spell slots. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, Kazim, but we do fucking gotta talk about using magic on people just like that.
I'm not Kazim. I'm still Pappy for another. And now I'm Kazim again.
All of a sudden, in front of you, Antioch, this old man you were convinced was so real because that identify just didn't work. All of a sudden, back into Kazim.
Dude.
Antioch is thoroughly confused and is walking out. Not my problem. Not today.
Now the question is,
I've got
is
enough
Pappy
problems.
Is Pappy his true form, and is Kazim the lie?
Not my problem right now.
Okay.
Well, turns like we have a very early adventure in the morning. Why don't we take a bit of a nap before then?
You do. You guys do kind of hear the bartender kind of goes up and he puts down a small sack in front of Silas and goes, "I don't mind what you guys do, but you were kind of causing a scene. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave."
Yeah.
Silas,
that's
as you look in the
That's okay.
sack, you notice that there is about 1 gold and 6 silver.
Honestly, Silas was kind of zoned out a little bit. Like that entire interaction, he is locked in on the old woman,
Mm-hmm.
and once she leaves, he's in contemplation. The sack comes down, and he kind of sort of snaps back to reality. As, yes, of course, I apologize to my compatriots.
Again, I genuinely don't mind, but your guys are causing a bit of a scene, and some of the people are a bit scared. So yeah, as you leave, appreciate it though. Come back tomorrow night, but just don't come back tonight.
Wouldn't dream of it, sir. And I will down the rest of my cider that he was kind of mindlessly drinking throughout the entire ordeal.
Weirdly
And-
enough, it is really good. Like normal ciders, you've got like a little tartness to it, but this one's super sweet. It's almost like a really well-made apple juice with a small hint of alcohol at the end. It's delicious.
And
What
he
happens when you buy
will,
top shelf?
What's
he
that?
will take. I don't know. I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't hear you, Josh.
Oh, I said that's what happens when you buy top shelf.
Mhm. But Silas will like it. One felt almost like backhand swipe the sack of coins over to Kazim, and yeah, just sort of get up and try and get himself back into reality a little bit.
You okay there? You seem to have zoned out a little bit.
In my years, especially my younger years, I have learned it is unwise to mistrust the elders. If a demon is what she claims is down below, then I have reason to believe a demon is what we will face.
Oh, I did believe her words. Trust me on that.
And
What's
then
been
he'll
happening recently? We just can't take chances with people. What to say?
he'll kind of pull out the small wooden box and like tap the back of it a little bit so that little charred bit of flame card that was left over kind of falls into his palm. It seems I will finally get some practice.
Do you think that the card was the one that summoned the demon? That it happened because of, well, you and the card?
I doubt it. The ritual would have been performed by the card being pulled itself. It would not have been necessary for their lords to perform a ritual of their own.
Roll for Arcana.
It's... Oh, okay. That's with a +1, so 15?
Okay. You might want to revise that. You're not entirely sure if that's true.
Yeah.
You know that these cards are very vague, and however, you know that the cards make things possible to happen, and you don't know if it's going to itself make these things be summoned, or if it might make the opportunity for it to be there for it to happen. So you aren't entirely sure if it's not your fault or if it is.
In which case, Silas probably wouldn't respond to that then. He'd sort of look at the card and go, we have a duty to fulfill. And whatever we shall face, it is what we are supposed to.
Well, we are here to help people, and hopefully on the way there we'll find what we're looking for. Right?
Find what we're looking for, or find what we... Find what we least expect, for sure.
Fate. Tempting it never went well for anyone, did it? I will see you in the morning, Silas.
May the dawn bring you fortune and prosperity.
He will
I
just
will-
send you a smile.
I will camp outside the settlement and try and learn what little of the land I can in such a short time.
Okay. Where are all of you guys going? Let's start with you, Antioch. Where do you head? Can't hear you. You're muted.
No, I
there you
haven't said anything because I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to go to the crazy lady's tent.
Okay. So as you
'Cause I
begin,
have questions I have to ask her in private.
okay, as you begin walking down the streets, you kind of do see that crazy. You notice she's not very fast, so you do actually kind of catch up to her as you quickly think about going to go ask her questions. So as she's kind of walking down, you see she's got a bit of pep to her step as she's walking, but you are able to catch up with her before she gets to her tent. Are you going to follow her until she gets to her tent, or are you going to try and talk with her? What are you going to do? You going to walk with her?
Excuse me.
Oh.
I have a question.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. What is it, dear?
Alara and Riven. Do you know these names?
Copperthorn?
Yes.
I am aware of them, yes. Are you looking for them?
I am.
Unfortunately, I can't give you any answers, but I will tell you that they are quite hardy, so perhaps they are still there, perhaps they've made away, but they haven't been in town. Are you friends, relatives?
A friend of a relative.
Very well. I guess that must be why you're here. Well, I will tell you, they did have a cellar in their home that was very well hidden, and they are kind of prepared for anything. They were interesting people, very, very hardy, very good people. Their house was on the eastern side. If you can make it to town, I'm sure they might. If they are still there, they are probably in their cellar. That'd probably be a good place to check. And it'd be very hard for anyone that didn't know it was there to find it. So check there.
Thank you.
I'm sure they're fine, dear. I have faith.
He'll sort of silently nod and begin to walk away to somewhere where he can begin tinkering again for the night.
As you begin walking away, you hear a kind of a mantra that you've heard before. Actually, you haven't heard in a little while as you've been living in the capital, but you heard when you were back in Glimmerstorm, and she said, "Let the heat of the forge sustain you, dearie."
And you.
It's a nice little glimpse of home back when people used to actually believe in Ignatius and stuff. So, all right. So you're gonna go. You're finding a nice little quiet place for you to tinker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You managed to find like you kind of are walking around through the refugee kind of area, and you do notice that there's this small corner against the fence that it looks like there's some barrels kind of put up there, but you do notice that if you kind of go behind it, there is actually a decent little small flat place that no one really goes near. It looks like it's just kind of forgotten about. So it's a nice little corner that you'd probably be able to hide yourself in and tinker. No one would probably bother you. So, but we're going to end up. Silas, you said you're going to go make camp on the outside and just kind of see what you can figure out.
Yeah. Well, so it's kind of twofold. He's going to try and learn the land a little bit, and he's gonna take some alone time because obviously that's not really something we've gotten over the last week with traveling on the road. So, yeah, he's just sort of maybe, you know, within viewing distance of the settlement, but far enough away that the noise doesn't carry so much.
Okay.
Just sort of set up a small tent, maybe try and find some small game to hunt and learn the land a little bit, and then meditate and think over a few things.
Okay. So as you just kind of start walking out, the guards kind of give you a small salute as you are walking down the path. You do kind of take a look back, and you do see that they are kind of noticing you. They don't seem very threatened by you. You can tell that it feels more like a guarding gaze, like they're like, if anything happens to him, we'll jump on it and go help kind of gaze, rather than it is like, watch him, he might do something sketchy kind of gauge, which is fairly comforting as you still are able to kind of walk far enough out into the forest, what little trees there kind of are. You did notice that as you guys get closer to the volcano that, you know, there's less trees than you're used to in a forest, but there is some decent patches for you to kind of hide in as you, you know, set up your small little camp for yourself and do your little hunting. Yeah, it's going to be a good spot for you to take some alone time. Kazim and Nico. Nico, I think you messaged me what you're doing for a little bit. Kazim, what are you doing in the meantime for a little bit before bed?
I'm going to try to see if there's a general store that's open, and if there isn't, if there's one that has all the lights off.
Oh my god.
So I would say by this time for you guys, it's probably about... I'm gonna say it's about 6-ish. So there are quite a few stores open. You do see somebody's kind of walking around, lighting up these different lampposts that are around with this kind of beautiful blue flame, which is actually kind of interesting to see. The night is beginning to come down a little bit, but it's not like scary or anything. As you're kind of walking through, you do notice that there is a very busy store that on the top just says Taro's General Goods. It's just got like a little scale or something, and you can kind of tell looking on the inside there's like bags of rice and seed and stuff. So it's kind of got your general good things that you're looking for, and it's fucking packed with people. Fucking packed. Obviously everyone kind of getting the shit that they need to make their own little small houses and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna saunter inside and see if I can't find a greeter or representative of the store. I don't know.
Just try and find an employee.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, as you're kind of walking around, like I said, it's fucking filled with people. It's enough room to like move through. You're not feeling squished, but you are noticing that there are one or two kind of a bit younger, maybe 13, 14. Like, one might be a half elf as you see these pointed ears. The other one looks a lot more human as they're just kind of wearing these small green aprons as they're running through, trying to bobbing and weaving. And you see them kind of trying to straighten stuff up. Maybe he's trying to put some more stocks up, asking if people need help or anything. You can probably get one of their attention.
Yeah, I want to flag one of them down.
You see that the little bit older human boy kind of peeks over at you. He's got dark black hair that's really, really short, almost buzz cut, as he kind of walks over and goes, "Oh, yeah, hi. Did you need anything? You're looking for something? What can I help you with?"
I'm looking for some basic alchemy supplies.
Oh,
I
an
heard
alchemy
that-
set? Yeah, we've got one of those. Okay. And you see him kind of stop and he goes, "Go to the end of this aisle right down there. You're going to take a left about halfway through that aisle on your left side on the middle shelf. There should be a couple alchemy sets there. They go for, I think, about 5 silver. It might be a little bit more because I don't think there's really many alchemists around here. But yeah, just grab it there and you're going to take it up to the front. My dad, Taro, he's going to be up there and he'll make sure that you get all taken care of. So yeah, right over there, end of the aisle, halfway through, middle shelf.
I meant more materials.
Oh, materials. Are you looking for plants? What kind of things what are you looking to make? I don't know. I know kind of simple stuff, but what do you need?
I heard there's a root that grows like a day away from here. I'm hoping you guys might have some of that.
Can you describe
Ember
it? We've got ember. Do you mean cinder root?
Sure, yeah.
Shit. We just sold out. However, there is if you go down, go back onto the main street there. You're gonna go maybe, I'm gonna say about 150 steps over to the left. You'll see another kind of, I don't want to say magical, but there's a more whimsical kind of looking building there. That is where Geralt, he is our local kind of potion maker. He generally makes like health potions and stuff like that. He just bought our last bit, so maybe you can talk to him and getting some. I don't know.
Sweet. Thanks, kiddo. And I'm gonna like just palm him a gold or something and walk away.
Thanks, mister. Have a good night.
You too.
You see him kind of quickly pocket it and goes back down another hallway.
Yeah, let's go find this Geralt.
Okay. So as you kind of walk down, you're pushing through all the people that are trying to make their way inside, and you kind of look over, and you do notice that off on your left side that there is one building that seems a bit out of place with the rest of it, as everything else is kind of stone and wood and just kind of functional. You notice that this has got more of a round pointed top to almost like a small wizard's tower. It's very clear that this was made by like completely out of the rest of the architectural structure from the rest of the fucking town. Maybe this dude contracted to make it look like this, but it looks way different. And you can kind of get what he means by whimsical, as it just doesn't make sense in here. As you begin walking up to this building, you notice that there are like small plants and small mushrooms growing in the small like pots in front of the windows, and it looks very small. Like it looks maybe about fucking 10 feet wide at most. You can't see down the sides as the buildings are real close together on this side. But as you open it up, yeah, it's cramped. There's just walls of shit. Like different kind of plants over here, bundles of roots. There's a bunch of different like twigs over here. There's a bunch of, in the back you see there's a bunch of bottles of different beautiful colored liquid all over the place. But yeah, it is just wall to wall just crap. It feels very cramped, and there's not a single person in there except for one guy all the way in the back. You see him kind of got this large brim hat. It doesn't come to a point. It kind of looks like a classic wizard's hat, except for some reason the point looks like it's been cut off and sewn back into a flat top as it's just kind of laying back there. And you see he's got these weird goggles on that it zooms in real close on one side as he's holding up a vial and he's kind of putting it together. And the dude, we're expecting an older guy. He's maybe 30 at the most, as he just kind of looks up at you, and you see one eye is much bigger than the other one in these goggles, and goes, "Oh, hi. Sorry for the mess. One second here." And you see him kind of slowly put one drop in there, and you see that little poof. The big purple smoke comes out of the top of it as he puts it down. And he goes, "Now let that sets," and he lights a little fire underneath it with like the snap of his fingers as a Bunsen burner begins boiling whatever concoction he's been making, and goes, "Did you need something?"
Yeah, I'm looking for a root that grows near here. It's like red.
Cinder root?
Yep, that's it.
I've got a little bit of it. I just bought it from the general store. I think I bought them out actually, so it makes sense you came here. I do kind of need it from some experiments I'm going, but I guess I could part with a little bit of it. It's pretty hard to come by, man. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be. What's it for? I'm curious.
It's something. It's an experiment I'm working on as well. Actually,
Oh,
tell you what, I'm gonna be going that way, but I just need it. I need the root now. When I come back, I'll bring you a bushel of it. How about that? I'm willing to buy it off you now.
counter offer for you. I will give you the root that you need. You bring me back a bushel, and bring me back a drop of whatever experiment you're doing.
You got it.
All right.
You,
I'm gonna hold you to it, and you see him like hold up his arms and goes, "Deal."
Oh, that's a devil.
he's either Fey or Devil. Can I get an insight check?
Go ahead, roll for insight.
Oh no! One.
Can I just say, seeing this, I love how much it must have fucked with them when Antioch came in, told them nothing but the truth the entire time. I love
Yeah.
this.
All we do is lie.
So
Okay, I'll bring you back a drop of something.
that it has to be whatever experiment the cinder root's going into. You're welcome to go back out there and get it
Poor
yourself.
man's
Yeah.
hand.
I can do that.
We have a
I
deal?
can't promise it'll be great. We have a deal. I'm gonna stick on my hands.
All right, he
About to
grabs your
get
hand,
the
and you feel this weird pulse go through
Shit, I knew
as you see these small, kind of nearly invisible lines circling around your hand as it kind of grips for a moment and then disappears and goes, "All right, you better, because if you decide to not bring me back any of it or any cinder root,
Good luck. All right, thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Oh.
You see this just
You made the
shitting grin
unbreakable
on
vow.
his
Does he
You
have,
made-
okay, armband. I have the armband on. No, I don't.
face.
You
I have
made
the
your bed.
guardian emblem.
You
I
made
could've
your
just
bed.
that.
Lay in it.
So many magic items, you don't have enough spots to fucking attune to them, dude.
Well, it's the knife, my silver mask, and the guardian emblem. I keep getting yelled at for not having a tune.
Oh, if only he was an artificer who gets more attune spots as they level up.
Okay. I've got a plan to take care of that. It's fine. It's not good. It's not a good plan, but it's a plan.
Oh my god.
Do I get the root at least?
Yeah, you see him kind of turn around as soon as you see that shit-eating grin. You see him turn around and he grabs, and it's she says it was bright red. It looks like a piece of iron taken directly out of a forge, and you see him handling it with his bare hand as he just kind of drops it into like a small bag, ties it up, and goes, "There you go. Good luck, whatever you're doing there, because that shit is dangerous.
Dangerous, you'd say.
If you do it wrong, it will explode on you. So be careful."
Oh fuck. Yep. Thanks, buddy. I'm well aware of the
I'm
risk.
excited to see whatever you bring me, because you bring it. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, how do you think it would react to like something similar to holy water?
The roots?
Yeah. Do you think I would, I don't know, die?
I mean, let me see.
Well, here's
Okay.
the thing, right?
I'll be
If you-
perfect. I've never thought about trying that, but probably not.
I'm
Maybe.
doing something very similar to that concept. I'll show you what I'm doing when I
Yeah,
come
let me
back.
know how it goes. If it goes terrible, I'll probably hear it. So good luck.
Well, this is
Thanks.
exactly it. If you die, you don't need to adhere to the deal.
As far as
True.
you know.
Unless he gets my soul or revives me and sends me to the Feywild. This is fine.
This is the last we've ever heard of Kazim.
I was gonna say,
It's like 6
there's
o'clock,
your
right? I'm gonna
hag.
find old lady.
There's the hag you were worried about.
I wasn't worried about her being a hag. I was worried about her hitting on me back.
You made your bed, lay in it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna go find old lady and bring her the goodies.
Okay. So you start heading your way down. Nico, where are you gonna sleep tonight?
Yeah, when Nico will be done, I feel like he'll just stay in the carriage that they have, and he'll just cuddle up with Henry with the dog.
I'm going to say before you get there, Kazim, I want you to roll a perception check
That's good news. Oh no.
as you're walking out of the store.
You know what? Still a 15, even with an 8.
Okay. You swear for just a second you see Tammy. Just a quick second. You kind of looking through a crowd and you swear you see his face. You see his face and you kind of look back, gone. You swear you saw Tammy.
I'm gonna make sure my hands are real close to my daggers.
Okay. So, Silas, I'll also say as you're while you're setting up your camp and maybe like kind of looking at some of the fauna and picking up some grass and kind of getting to know the soil and what grows and checking for tracks and stuff, you do see Nico just kind of making his way down. You can kind of see him across the gate towards the stable that's just outside where you guys' caravan is, and you see him just kind of getting it set up for a nice night. You're pretty far away, but you can see him. And then I'm gonna say, Antioch, will you roll your... What did I decide to do?
I don't know.
Wisdom. We're doing wisdom. At least for this one.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Wisdom is... plus 2 is 18.
Okay. Oh, okay. So there was a part that you were just stuck on for the longest time of trying to figure out how to elongate the trigger mechanism to make it still just as functional and not break nearly as much as your pistol does sometimes. And you finally were able to get like this perfect small bar that you were able to, with your small like kind of almost torch that you had, and we were able to weld it, solder it in just the right place that now it's one solid bar that feels much more structurally sound. And you've made a big breakthrough for your for this project. So you can feel yourself getting closer. That thing has been bothering you for weeks, and you're stoked that you finally got that. So you're making good progress as you're doing that for the night. I'm assuming you're gonna sleep there, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
He'll pass out at some point
With the shit in his hand. Yeah.
With the shit in his hand, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so Kazim, as you're walking down the streets with your kind of knife, almost drawing your knife, kind of keeping an eye out, but you are walking down the streets, and after a while you do feel fairly confident that maybe it was just kind of a vision real quick. Oh. Okay. And you're going to make your way down to the refugee camp towards the tent. Silas, I want you to roll for nature for me.
Oh, that's good. Nature. Oh shit, I'm good at nature. 21.
So you kind of feel the ground feels much hotter than you're used to back in the forest that you're from, and you can feel the dustiness, and you can instantly tell that there is just a small coating mixed into all of your all of the land that's kind of around of just ash. You can feel the soot and the ash, which is odd. And as you're looking around, you see that the grass has been discolored and there's a bunch of different patches and stuff like that. So you can feel the effect that this volcano eruption has had on the land around. And you've also taken notice that there is just not a whole lot of animals, which does kind of worry you a little bit. You do notice that there are obviously some cattle and stuff that people are raising, which is good, but it pops into your head and go, a nomadic tribe wouldn't even be able to survive out here. There's nothing. It's all, it kind of gives you a little bit of sadness to think that the land would be dying like this just because of one event, but you also understand, the cycle of life. And it's also kind of heartwarming to see these group of just different races and people able to come together and build a small community that it might not be perfect, but it works, especially in such harsh an area comparatively. So Josh, go ahead, Silas.
I was just that, like, he'd probably sort of stare out at it, and just this constant thought going through his mind of something must be broken before it is rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna look over to where Nico is staying and just keep repeating that thought.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And he will start playing his horn.
Nico, I'm gonna say you probably do hear his horn from where you're at. And you did kind of glance over and you see him setting up his own little tent there, but you kind of assumed he might want some alone time before he went to the caravan, so...
It will bring him a smile as he's nodding off and cuddling up with Henry for the night.
Okay. So, Kazim, as you're walking out down towards the refugee camps, you are kind of being in the middle of the tents. You are really getting the scope of how many misplaced people there were, and seeing just the sheer speed that they built this fence. That the wall itself is very clearly of much more hastened construction, and it's falling apart in places, but you're just seeing all these different people kind of rebuilding and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy to see that. You've heard it happen maybe a couple weeks ago, if that, and they've already seemed to be building in an almost entire different another city alongside their own city, and there's just hundreds of tents. But you also do hear this just kind of cackling coming from one of them, and you're hearing different bubbling and stuff, and a quick poof, and you can kind of, with your best guess, that's probably where you're supposed to be going.
Yeah, I'll make my way down.
Okay, as you begin walking to the tent, it's a deep, rich purple, and you can see little singe marks kind of all over it and stuff like that. And you do see that there are like different plants and stuff along the side of it and up in the middle. And as you kind of walk in, it feels almost bigger on the inside, as it's shocking with how much shit she's fit in here. The space, you feel cramped, but it feels enormous with how much just plants and shit are in there. As you see just kind of off on one side, you're hearing yeah, finally, I've been working on this for years. I get it. Excuse, oh my God. And you see that old lady just kind of hunched over this small alchemy set. She's got a little Bunsen burner. She's adding this weird, like, white metallic kind of powder to this bluish potion that she's brewing on top of the Bunsen burner. As soon as you see it, it starts mixing into this vortex of just kind of a beautiful kind of luster to it, and it starts to turn like this greenish color that now it almost looks like, it looks like a freshly wet leaf kind of color where you can see the dew on it and stuff. It's very pretty, and you see her very excited. She kind of looks up, and she's also got one of like a monocle that zooms out all kinds of crazy. As she looks up and she goes, can I help you?
Yeah. I'm a representative of the old man that you were speaking with earlier today. You sent me on a...
Are you talking about my Pappy, the guy that was yelling about turning people into toads?
Yes, he claimed you were his girlfriend.
You see her kind of blush a little bit and goes, well, okay, things are looking up me very well. What did he need? And you see her just kind of straighten herself up a little bit, getting a little,
He sent me on a gathering mission to find you some cinder root and this bag of dragon scales.
You were going to find stuff already? My goodness, you two were. Maybe he is a destroyer. My goodness. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll hand them over.
Okay. And she kind of quickly grabs the bag, and you see her pick up the cinder root and go, oh, that is a beautiful specimen. Man. Okay. You see her kind of very gently puts it down, and you see her kind of grab, it looks like a cheese grater or like a microplane, as you see her just kind of very quickly trying to get a few pieces, and you see like this smoke coming off of it, and you kind of hear a bit of a sizzle. And I would say, after being told what you were told by the other guy, you kind of take a step back for a minute just to make sure, just in case. And you see her kind of grab it and look at it, and she kind of slides over to what looks like a makeshift microscope almost, and she's looking at it, and she goes, the crystals in this are perfect, and we'll take a bit of this. And you see her grab a small little scoop as she brings it over to that kind of green potion she was working on, and you see her just kind of stop and goes, get behind the bookcase, just in case.
What? I'm getting behind the bookcase, but I'm
bookcase.
confused.
As you see her just, you kind of peek over and you see her like she's about to pour it in, but you also kind of see this. And as soon as it touches this green liquid, just a quick little, it was much more aggressive than the other one of a poof. And the smoke begins to kind of settle down, but you notice that that green liquid is now like a bright, vibrant kind of orange color, and it's glowing. And she goes, "Well, all right, that went better than expected. That's safe now. You can come back out." And you see her open up the pouch of the dragon scale, and she goes, "Ooh, black dragon scales. I would have preferred silver, but black will work. I think it'll work just fine." As she
Everyone's a critic.
as she's pulling out the dragon scales and goes, "Why do you have so many?"
Yes, I'm gonna need most of those back, whatever you don't use. The same with the cinder roots.
Oh, well. And you see her kind of grab the cinder root, and she like now doesn't give a shit. She just throws it back in the bag and ties it back up, tosses it back to you. She's got herself a small little pile of dragon scales as she ties up that bag and passes back up to you. And she goes, "This should be enough." As she grabs a small mortar and pestle, and she begins like grinding it down to a very fine grayish dust. And you see her just kind of, she grabs this other little, it looks like a measuring cup, but you see her holding it over another small bowl, and you can tell she's like sifting through it or something. Maybe she's trying to get some kind of impurities, but it comes out this, it looks almost chrome. It's crazy that it went from a gray to now the particles are like shiny. It's crazy to see. As she grabs another scoop that takes up pretty much all of the dust that she has, she holds it over the orange concoction, and as soon as she like pours it in, you see this, it's crazy looking, where you see that bright, vibrant orange glowing potion, and you see like this blue swirl begin to kind of take over. And as soon as it's all in there, you see the Bunsen burner get relit underneath it, and it starts kind of bubbling, and the whole thing goes to a bright like electric blue. And you start seeing this like frost begin to kind of go onto the sides of it, as she kind of picks it up with some tongs, and she grabs another little vial as she pours it in there. And as soon as it like kind of hits the bottom and starts swirling up, you can see that she's instinctually moving her hand, maybe perhaps not to like purposely touch it, as she puts a cork on it, and she goes, "It is incredibly cold, but be very careful. The best way I can describe it is you're gonna know when you're gonna want to use this. Just make sure not to drink it." As she hands it off to you.
Don't drink it. It's really cold. I'll know when to use it. Got it.
As soon as you touch it, imagine grabbing the side of like a deep freezer and breaking off a chunk of ice, and it feels like that in your hand. It is fucking freezing, almost to like the point of burning. It's so cold.
Can you tell me more of what it does, or is it? Do you know what it does?
It's an idea that I've always had, where I've known that Cinderroot has properties of fire, but I've also known an interesting fact. You hear go off on this little rant about how dragon scales can counteract some effects of different like plants and stuff like that. Like she talks about how it can make poisonous things healing, it can make healing things dangerous, and apparently it can make hot things cold, and the opposite. So she says that the Cinderroot, because of its fire mentality, the dragon scale is the way that she's prepared it, turned it into an extinguisher of some sense, and that it's powerful enough that to douse any kind of flame.
Okay, cool. And really quick, can I ask you a huge favor? You know,
Depends.
You know the alchemist here in town?
You see this kind of like grimace, and she goes, "Yes."
Is he?
He's a son of a bitch, is what he is.
Cool. Awesome. I
You
may
think
have
I
made a
look
deal
like
with
this
him to
normally?
protect the room. You don't?
No! I'm 37!
He turned you pretty?
Fuck.
Yes! Because, just because I forgot one thing on his shopping list and I took the money anyway.
Fuck. I'm so dead. Okay.
And he
So,
refuses
man,
to change me back. He says, "Oh, a deal is a deal." Fuck that guy.
Can I... Actually... Maybe this will help? I don't know. Can I give her the parapet of health?
Okay, yeah. So you kind of give it to her, and she's looking at it, and she goes, I mean, I've never, and you, without really paying attention, you notice that her wrinkly hands do kind of go back to a more smooth kind of version of themselves, but she's not really paying attention as she's looking. She goes, that's a pretty necklace, but what am I supposed to do with this?
Wear it? It's a necklace.
And you see her kind of put it on, and you instantly notice from outside the necklace, you start seeing those bags and wrinkles and liver spots that were all over her neck begin to kind of form more back into a normal neck as the gray hair that was on top that was kind of unkempt begins to kind of turn into a more like strawberry blonde kind of flowing hair. It's still a bit unkempt. The bags under her eyes begin to, she's actually fairly attractive, and she definitely, she said 37, but you'd be surprised if she's over the age of like 22. It is crazy how pretty she is.
Jesus! I know these would all come in handy, and you all judged me for having 7 billion magic items.
Can I just point out that I'm 37 is the closest we'll get to the sequel of I'm 6.
And you see her, you see her kind of looking at herself, and she goes, "What? Oh my god!
Can I just?
Oh my god!" And you see her kind of quickly like scramble up as she's moving shit off of some kind of armoire where there's a very gross, grimy like mirror. She's looking at herself, and she goes, "Oh, I'm beautiful." Oh, and she kind of runs over and she gives you a hug and goes, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to murder Geralt."
Okay, before you do that, I need to make sure I finish my deal with him. Just in case.
You made a deal with him?
Yes, and I need your help.
Okay. What do you need? We will fuck him over if we have to. What do you need?
I told him the cinder root was for an experiment. That's why I needed it. And now he wants a drop of it and a bushel back. So here's my plan.
Okay.
I have this thing, and I'm going to pull out a holy hand grenade.
Oh my god.
I would like to add cinder root to this.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I said it was a plan. I didn't say it was a good plan.
The irony.
You see her grab it, and she's kind of looking, and she goes, "I don't see why not. What is this? Radiant?
I can do this.
Okay." And you see her kind of put it down onto the thing, and you see her just kind of,
To be clear, this doesn't have to work. I said I just was trying something. It doesn't have to work.
I have a question. I have a question. What is it?
It is the closest thing I could describe it as is a holy water plus.
If I open it, is it going to explode?
No, I don't think so.
Roll for wisdom.
From what I understand, it's when it breaks on something, right?
Roll for wisdom.
A small
Roll for wisdom.
Okay. Nat 20.
Yeah, you were pretty sure that as long as it's not too aggressive, she could probably open it safely. Which you tell her, and she goes, "Okay, okay, okay." Do you know what's in it? Do you have any idea what's in it?
Shrug. I have no idea.
Okay. Do you mind if you give me a little bit of time with it? Because I'm very worried what happens if I put cinder root in it. But I can give you a little time to kind of you can hang out here if you want. It'll only take me like maybe an hour or so, but give me a little bit here. As you see her put on those goggles again, and she grabs like tweezers, and you see her like, okay, all right. She's got her tweezers up there, and you see her slowly start peeling that wax seal that's on top of the cork of it. And she manages to get that off, and you see like sweat coming down her brow as she's trying to deal with this. As she's grabs what looks to be like a kind of special corkscrew of some sort. She's drilling it in there, and she slowly starts kind of prying it up. And you see that kind of like wincing when she's doing it, like. Yep. Okay, cool. As she grabs another little vial, she pours a bit of the, and it's the weirdest thing ever. Like, you were kind of expecting there to be a liquid in there, but have you ever seen like liquid nitrogen poured, how it just looks like pouring a gas? That's exactly what this looks like. And she manages to get most of it in this vial. She's kind of holding it, and she puts it on top of like a, it looks like she's putting it in, it's a different kind of contraption that when she opens it up, bits of smoke comes out, and you see her kind of put it in there and close it up, and she kind of touches the back. You see a small blue light as you hear this kind of coming from it, and as it stops, she opens it back up, and it went from that radiant, like bright gold color as she pulls it back out, and it just looks like water. It just looks like water. And then you see her pull out a different vial that has the most blinding stone in it you've ever seen. Like, it is hard to look at. You see her just kind of like, oh god. And you see her like touch the side of one of her goggles, and it turns like dark so she can take a look at it, and she goes, that is incredible. Now, where did you get this?
Technically the library in River Run.
That is incredible. Do you know what this is? As she's holding up the stone that you can't look at.
It's blinding.
Oh, I'm sorry. She kind of puts a little rag on it. She goes, so what that is essentially a piece of sunstone. It's this super weird, super rare kind of stone that usually goes around only kind of magic buildings. It's incredible, but this stuff is, for lack of a better term, it soaks up the light from the sun and brings it these kind of magical properties, and usually has some kind of radiating properties to it. So I'm assuming what they did is crush this up, put it, and you see her just kind of go in this real long, deep explanation of how they possibly processed this stone into a fine powder and made it into this, and somehow unstabilized it to make it so where if you threw it, it exploded. And she goes, now, if I manage to keep it stabilized and I add cinder root to it, cinder root can act as the destabilizer. Ooh, and you see like this you can almost see the light bulb go off in her head as she quickly starts moving. She's crushing the stone down, and you see her kind of pull out this weird like tube, and she puts the powder in this tube, and she puts it into this water and under a Bunsen burner. And you see this kind of yellowish dye come out. It almost looks like she just added yellow food coloring to water, and she goes, okay, so if this is right, this should be stabilized now. And she kind of pulls out the stone. You see her ring out, and you're seeing bits of particles of that stone kind of going into the water. She's got it on the Bunsen burner, and she goes, outside the tent might be best this time, because if this goes, it's gonna be big. But it should be fine. And you see her kind of grab that cinder root back from you. She's just grinding a little bit more. Do you go outside?
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside. Okay,
so you see her grinding, and you see she got a little bit more this time, and you're seeing the smoke begin to come out, and you are kind of like, I would assume that you're like across the little pathway behind a different tent, peering in, so you can still kind of see her. As you see her, just kind of, she grabs this spoon that's got a really long stick on it that she just kind of scoops up from. She goes as far away as she can behind a bookshelf, and she grabs a little scoop, and you see it hovering over this vial, and you see her kind of back up as she dumps it into the vial of this yellow liquid, and you just hear this white smoke begins billowing out of this fucking tent, and you see everyone, you feel it. And I'm gonna say, Silas and Nico, you feel, in Antioch especially, you feel the shockwave and just smoke begin coming from the fucking refugee camp. But then after a while, everything stops, and you just hear this really loud, "I'm fine, it's cool, we're fine." You see her emerge, Kazim, with this. What are you gonna say, Antioch? I see you got something.
At any sign of explosions, Antioch is there.
Yeah,
Antioch is running towards this thing.
I'm outside the settlement, so I've just seen an explosion of some magnitude of smoke. I'm booking it. I'm dashing. I'm double dashing.
You guys are running. You're seeing guards running around, but you're just hearing this young lady is like, "I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm good." As you see her walking out, and she's got, so what used to be the vial for your holy hand grenade that was just this bright white, kind of like a mini sun is what it looked like. Now it looks like, imagine what you would think a small fireball would look like in your hand. Now imagine that just in a glass. And it just looks,
did you just upgrade?
Yeah, it looks like she just have a small floating fireball in the middle of this glass, and she goes, "Okay, and you see that she's covered in fucking soot. Like, she is head to toe just covered in this black shit all over her face, and she's just like, yeah, it went fine. You see her lift up the goggles. She's got the fucking goggle eyes, and she goes, I'm sorry, everyone. Sorry. Miscalculation, but we're good. You see the guards coming up, and they're like, who's that lady? As Antioch, you walk by and you see Kazim kind of looking at this lady holding this fireball in a fucking jar. Much younger woman in the tent that you would assume was the old lady's. As you walked past her and walked with her to the tent.
As I was gonna say, as I went in there with her. Yeah,
you walked past the tent with her as you guys were talking. So yeah, there's this young lady with this fireball in a jar. There's fucking Kazim there. There's smoke billowing out of the tent and all of the singe holes and shit like that.
Silas is like pushing past the guards, trying to get.
Yeah,
through.
they're all starting to walk. They're all starting to walk away. There's just this. You know how like after a fireworks show, there's just this kind of residual fog of smoke just kind of all around. That's what. It's not foggy, but it's definitely hazy. It's a lot harder to see. It's getting. You smell like. It smells like a campfire. The whole town smells like a fucking campfire. But yeah, you're seeing this lady. Sorry, my bad, but we're okay. Everything's fine. Nothing's on fire. I don't think. You see her turn around and quickly go back inside.
Antioch's face is like this far away from this vial of whatever the fuck this is. He is
as soon as she noticed, she's like, "Oh god, don't touch that. This will get a lot worse if you touch that." Here, Kazim, that was your name, right?
Yeah.
You ought
I don't think it's older, but yeah.
Fuck it, we're just gonna say that you did. Just come in here. I'll tell you what just happened as Kazim walks in there. Silas, you see it. Nico, you're walking by. It looks like a fucking music. It looks like a music festival where there's just smoke everywhere. So it's like campfire. There's people all over the place. You're seeing this like residual fucking like soot just kind of laying at the foot of this at the entrance of this fucking tent as you see Kazim walk in, and I'm assuming Antioch is fucking following.
Antioch is there.
Yeah.
Like he's got like all his parts with him.
Have you guys ever burned food in your kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like in this tent, where there's just it's real hard to fuck. Antioch, you don't notice that it's hard to breathe. You're below the fucking smoke, but there's a huge plume of smoke above you.
Antioch's used to it.
Silas ain't having a good time. He's right up there.
You guys, she's like, don't try not to breathe it in. It's gonna burn. If you can, just. Oh, there is a lot of. Okay. You guys were the ones at the tables, right? And you guys are looking at this young 30, mid-30s woman that is sitting there with this jar of fire. And she goes, "Oh, you guys were the ones at the tables. Please, I don't really have chairs, but sit somewhere." As she puts down the jar, and she goes, "So, of that sunstone potion thing that you gave me, right? We were able to extract I was able to extract the kind of essence of the radiant damage there. And if you notice that cinder root actually kind of gave it a bit more of oomph, if you will. So, you guys don't really.
Do we know each other?
I don't think we've had the.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was the crazy old lady, but this beautiful young man just brought me this lovely necklace, and I'm all better. Oh, and you see her just kind of like getting excited. Everything is so exciting to her right now. She's just so stoked to be here. But she's like, and you see her kind of hunch over a little bit and goes, "Does this sound a little bit closer?" As you guys are beginning to realize that's the old lady.
Well,
I'm sorry. This is beyond my capability for.
Nico, why do we bother?
Anyway,
Why do we bother questioning anything?
All
anymore?
I can really say is Geralt is an asshole. That's all I gotta say, and he is fucked. As she points over to Kazim.
What?
So to be clear,
Why is he
I helped her not be old lady anymore. Now this is what she looks like normally. But okay, I made a deal with possibly a douchebag, and now I have to give him a drop of that. And
he is an asshole. I will say he did trick you. I will say that this isn't your fault. He did trick you, but that he is an asshole.
We left you alone for an hour.
One
I
moment.
just need
one
to give him a
moment.
drop of that, which I'm praying will explode his house, and then I need to come back in like a week with a bushel of Cinderella.
One moment. We have been for the better part of 2 months been traveling around with a warlock. No offense, Nico. And you thought it was a good idea to make a deal with someone you just met.
Hey, look, he was a human. What was it do?
He does. I will say.
Okay,
I
what
will
is
say,
that
you can't
supposed to mean
you
now,
can't
huh?
you can't really blame him. All right, he is a very convincing dude. He's just kind of an asshole. I'm just saying.
It didn't sound like a problem. I just told him a little lie, and he said shake on it, and I was like, sure, this is a human, not a devil or fae or any of those other things.
I don't know what he
Yeah.
is, but I'm going to kill
How
him.
would you know that?
With
Out
what
of
we've been
curiosity,
Yes.
what does that do?
I'm so sorry, I got distracted here. So what this does is, if as soon as you throw it, how do I describe it? You said you were a warlock, right? She points to you, Nico.
Yeah.
Isn't it true? Do you have any kind of affinity with like fire kind of magic?
That's no. Okay, yes.
Are you familiar
Yeah.
with just, I guess the better term is that it's a huge fireball kind of spell where it can, like, it's a gigantic explosion, right?
Heard of it? Yes, yes, perhaps, maybe.
It's a bit like that, but a bit bigger.
Fireball in a bottle.
I look at Kazim.
Out of curiosity,
Yes.
Look at my face.
could you put that into one of these?
And I pull out a bullet.
You see him go. "Oh. Ooh. Let me take a look at this." And you see her kind of look at the projectile, and she goes, "This looks hand forged, I'm assuming. What do we got in here?" She pulls off the small projectile, and she goes, "Black powder, I see. Kind of an accelerant." And you see her put it in there, and she goes, "Now I've only seen, what are they called? Muskets or whatever, where you have to take the projectile and you have to jam it in there or something. But this is intriguing. So your idea is to take some of that and add it to this."
Maybe like in the front part, right in the tip.
Mm.
Here, I'll show you.
And I'll pull out my the iron root.
Mm-hmm.
So this part comes back,
Mhm.
and it hits against the back of this part, which strikes
Oh, I
this,
see- I
and
see
then
that, I
sends
see that, yeah,
this
yeah.
flying.
Okay.
This part will go. So if that is in the front of this part will all go out and then hit,
Intriguing.
and
So
then
if I, and you see her kind of quickly turn around, and before you finish explaining, and you've done this plenty of times. Before you finish, she has started working on something. She's writing shit down. And she goes, "Give me a week, and I think I might be able to do something. I have an idea. I have so many ideas. Oh my goodness, this is exciting."
Nico, Kazim, what are they talking about?
Is there? I'm sorry. You, Kazim. Is there any way I could borrow this little potion for a little bit longer? I have so many ideas.
I need that one now. However, I have another Holy Hand Grenade. So I'll just give her that one, and she can do it again.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. I should probably take this
And you're all of a
outside.
sudden like, wait, that one's different. What does that one do?
That one's like that one. That one's like the other one, but less powerful.
see.
Why do you need it
Here.
right now, Kazim?
Antioch's
What?
gonna pull out like
Because he made the deal
15
with the other
bullets.
guy.
Mhm.
and just like hand them over to this person. Like,
Here. Experiment. I have plenty. I actually don't need these at the moment.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, as payment for me to figure this out for your projectiles here, I need to see your notes on that thing. Whatever you use to shoot these projectiles.
Absolutely. I'm actually working on another one.
and I'll like rummage through my bag, which is just full of random scraps of notes,
Okay.
and I'll start like pulling them out and like showing all the diagrams and all these intricate little pieces that go together with this contraption that I have made.
So you see her just kind of go, okay, and she's laying out all the different ones specifically for your iron root pistol, and she goes, okay, so if you can give me a
I'm
little
so
bit of
sorry,
time.
the psycho nerds have started talking.
Yes. If you can give me a little bit of time with these so I can copy them, I'll also be working on these things at the same time so that we can both, and don't worry, I don't plan on selling any of this, but I have so many interesting ideas.
So, Nico, from what I understand, and Silas is very kind of shaken and out of his own. So, Kazim, Kazim got the ingredients for her to make the demon devil weapon thing, and to do that, he made a deal with someone else, which led to that.
As soon as you say the
and
demon
now-
devil thing, you hear this woman just go, "Don't drink it."
and then
drink it.
and then so to I guess to get the stuff to make that, he made a deal with someone else, and that deal with someone else led to them making this, and now Antioch here wants to put that into one of those things. I don't know what those are. We'll address that in a minute. And now and I'm going to-
Sorry, are you saying all this out loud?
yeah, Silas is saying all
Silas,
that.
Silas, you were in the shop, yes? The very loud bang?
I witnessed it. That doesn't mean I understand it.
Okay, this is both what caused that and came out of that.
You've lost me. I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you very
I'm
much.
going to
This-
bed. You want to go to bed? Let's go to bed.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, you
I-
guys have been having your conversation. Is this bitch? She's not paying attention to any of you. You guys could be there or not. She's just writing down notes. She's tracing over your diagrams and stuff, Antioch, because she's just kind of working on this. I'm assuming you're gonna stick around here while she's working on shit.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna, this is now, I don't know how, what period of time that other role was for, but after an explosion, there is a newfound awakenness in Antioch. He is not sleeping tonight.
Works
I'm
for
gonna
me.
put that out there right now.
Works for me.
Exhaustion, whatever. He is not
I'm gonna
sleeping
say that
tonight.
that
He
other
is
role before
working
you're.
on this thing.
I'm gonna say that before that role would also is for working on that rifle while you're at this house while she's kind of copying down your notes, because you can notice that she's doing a lot of that, so you're just kind of occupying yourself, and then when she gets into her other experiments, you're fucking on that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So while that's happening, Kazim, what are you doing?
I'm going back to Dingus's house, and I want to give him a taste of his medicine.
Okay. Okay.
Dude, you were gonna swindle him, and now you're gonna try
This
to
isn't a
fucking have
swindle.
it blow it up in his face.
I'm giving him exactly what he wanted. He wanted to drop a this thing that my plan.
That's not
My
all that he
terrible
wanted.
plan.
Why are we giving him? Why are we giving the so they
I'm
are
not
either...
killing him.
No,
He's
no,
probably
no,
a
no,
demon
no,
and has
you
fire
are-
resistance.
Making
That's fine.
enemies.
No, that's exactly it. You are giving someone with the power to make binding deals a weapon of mass destruction.
I'm gonna use it on his house.
Well,
Dude, how? Oh my god!
My God.
I wash my hands of this. If you die, you die. I look forward to seeing your new character for anniversary. Thank you very much.
How have we
I'll be
found something?
fine. This is gonna be fine.
How have we found something more confusing than doppelgangers?
He said his exact words were exactly, whatever your thing is, I want a drop of it. I'm gonna drop it.
That's not exactly what he said.
What did he say then? Because
Whatever that cinder root is going into, I would like a drop of it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop it into his
Yeah,
hand.
no, you don't understand. That entails both of the things that root got into.
Whatever
You're still
that
bound.
cinder root goes into,
You
I would like a
fucking
drop
idiot.
of it.
Yeah. So you know that thing
Yeah.
that we need to beat the demon devil thing?
Just a drop
You
of it,
still
not all
need
of
to
it.
give it a drop of
Also,
Just a drop of it.
we're about to find out what happens when you mix the two together, and I don't like that.
Mm.
You know what,
We're about
Kazim?
to-
Make whatever choices you want to do, but I'm going to give you 10 minutes to think about that as we are at the 2-hour mark. I'm going to say we're going to take a break here. Antioch, you are enjoying yourself as you guys are working away on your guys'
Fucking oath.
project through the whole fucking night. Nico and Silas, I'm assuming you guys are going off back to bed, kind of ignoring whatever future explosions you might be hearing, as you know that they would be working on the night. Kazim, you are beginning to make your way, I'm assuming, down to the other alchemist shop while you try and come up with some kind of plan to trick whatever might be you have made a deal with.
Oh my.
I'm getting away with it. I'm gonna get away with this.
You
I
are
don't
not
know
getting away
if you
with this.
are.
I know for a fact you are not getting away with this.
Like, and the other thing is, like, from a very slightly meta point, we know that Karma has had a month to work on this session. He would have gone over it very thoroughly, because that's what he fucking does. We've been playing with this man for a year. We know how he operates. I've got a psych profile on this guy. Oh.
I believe you will die, Kazim, or at least you'll be hurt greatly, or be transformed to another shape by the end
I was gonna say,
of next episode.
at the very least, we're gonna have a roll on the mortal wound table. At least. Kazim's gonna walk away with this with a peg leg and an eye patch. Yeah.
Every experiment that Cinderroot's going into.
Yeah.
Those were the exact words.
We're either gonna birth or destroy a plane of existence.
I don't know if these pour though, so this is going to be fun. I don't know if these potions will both pour, so I have no idea if a drop of it will work.
What's the definition of a drop of the sun?
I swear to God, if it's like a... For a second, I worried it was like a scary fucking battle music situation.
I was expecting boss music.
Can we say throughout the hour that I unattuned to my guardian emblem and reattuned to my armband of sight? Because I gotta know. I gotta know what he is. When I get inside, yeah. He's
There we
the
go.
hag.
There we go. So as you were walking in, for some reason, all of the things on the walls and stuff begin to look like ethereal, like they're not actually there. All of the building itself of this magic shop is made out of this like straw almost. It looks like he's used any material he can find to make this and then done something to kind of change the composition of it. There's this heavy weight around you as you're walking in, as you kind of look at what was this human in this wide brimmed hat with an odd top that is now sitting there. You're seeing these kind of dragonfly wings almost as he's sitting there, and he's much shorter than he seemed before, and you can tell that he's actually floating, not sitting on anything, and it looks more like a fairy. I want you to roll for, what would it be? I want to say it's going to be nature or arcana. You can pick.
It's a +1 either way. That is a 18, actually. I've been rolling pretty well.
You're pretty sure that's a fairy, and you've only known fairies, like large fairies like that, to come from the Feywild.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you've heard bits of the Fey, and you've also heard the advice of never make a deal with the Fey.
Mm-hmm.
As you open up the door and you hear the ding ding ding, you see him kind of look over, and you see that his eyes are this kind of like vibrant green as he looks at you and goes, "Well, it appears that you can actually see me for once. Well, bet this would have been more interesting to find out, but changes nothing. Can I help you? Do you need something?"
Yeah, that cinder root went into 2 experiments.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
I owe you a drop of each one.
Correct.
Although neither of them, well, one of them is actually my experiment. The other one isn't.
Okay.
So, I don't
Interesting.
know- does that one count?
Yes.
I feel like it shouldn't, but okay, cool.
Let's see.
I don't know how you want me to pour these.
Just give them to me. Let's take a look. Let's see what you.
Okay.
Let's see what's interesting things you've come up with. As do you hand him the 2 bottles?
I'm gonna pull a rule out of your own book for a second,
Okay.
Mr. Fay. I work for a deity of tricksiness and lying, so I cannot help you in any way figure out what is inside of these bottles, per my own oath of being a trickster and a deviant.
That's perfectly fine. I understand.
Was
that part of our deal?
I don't want to give you an ounce more than I have to. So
I will
by
stick
all
to my.
means,
I
would
will
like
stick
2
to my
bowls.
side of the deal. Hand me the potions
I would
or
like you to-
whatever.
I would like you to hand me 2 bowls, and I will pour 1 drop into each.
No,
That was our deal. 1 drop of each.
and I will get that
I
drop.
can't give you the whole potion. That's more than a drop, though.
You will get your. You will get the potion back when I get my drop.
I will give you the drop, but I can't give you the whole potion. I can't trust you at your word because this wasn't a part of the deal.
Well, I will not. I will not allow you to pour anything into any of my bowls or anything. So if you will, welcome to figure out how to get a drop on your own and bring it to me, or allow me to grab my own drop.
I think I actually have a couple of doohickeys, maybe some thingamabobs even. Yeah, I probably have something. Let me see.
Feel free. And
I'm
you
gonna
see him.
pull out the barrel.
You see him kind
I'm
of.
gonna pull out the barrel.
You see him like fly up a little bit and cross his legs, and he's kind of like staring at you. He's enjoying just watching this.
Do you care? I guess it really doesn't matter what these drops are in, right? As long as you get them.
As
right?
long as I get my drop.
I'd like to pull out the barrel and kick it open
Okay.
and
You
get
don't
a bunch
have
of
it.
fish out of it.
Oh
You don't
yeah,
have it.
you left it, didn't you? No, Nico's got it.
I took it back.
I don't have it.
Can I
I
take
don't.
it back?
I don't have the.
I was gonna give it to
barrel.
Nicholas, but it was full of fish, and I think I took it back.
You no.
Go in my
You gave
inventory.
it to your new recruits with the
Yeah,
words.
you
"This
did.
Yeah, I
bag
did.
of the
Yeah.
fucking
I did.
fish soup."
Yep, you gave it to your bandit friends.
Let me clear it out of my inventory then. That is my bad. That's what happens after a month of not playing. Okay, new plan. He didn't say they have to be in separate containers. That's a thing.
I fucking hate you.
I do have 2 containers. I'm gonna be sad to see these go. I'm gonna pour out my paralysis poison. No, that's already my paralysis poison's already on my caltrops, so I have an empty bottle from that.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna pour out this healing potion I have.
Let's hope there's no residue or anything like that.
Can I borrow a rag, Mr. Bug guy?
No.
Okay. And I'll just pull out like a I have clothes in there.
You're
Yeah, I have
seeing this
common
just
clothes.
huge shit-eating grin coming across his face as he's watching you try and
Okay.
rummage around to figure out how to do this.
I'm gonna pull out some of my commoner's clothes and just like start wiping out the inside of the vials, make
Okay.
sure they're nice and clean.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do my best to pour a drop of one of them into one of the empty vials
Okay.
and do the same with the other.
What's the first one you're trying?
Ice. I will, as a sign of good faith, tell you, please don't drink these.
I
I
didn't
don't think that
plan on
needed
it,
to be said,
but I appreciate.
okay. Okay. Do I need to make a check to pour
What are you starting with?
the ice one?
The ice one? Okay, I want you to roll for... First, I want you to roll for perception. This is going to see how well you cleaned out the vial.
19?
19? Okay. Okay, it looks fairly clean. You're confident you've gotten all the residue out of it. Now I would like you to roll with sleight of hand with disadvantage, as it's very, very cold.
Can I do a couple of things first?
What would you like to do first?
Borrowed knowledge and enhance ability to give myself advantage on dex, as well as an additional proficiency bonus to sleight of hand.
Okay, so I'll give you the proficiency bonus, and now it's a normal roll.
Okay. So I had +6 to this instead. And
Wait,
it's
are
just
either
one
of
roll.
those concentration?
Enhance ability is, the other one isn't.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Oh, I can't read the dice in this light. That is a 14.
A 14?
No, +6 for 20.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. So you're holding both the vials, and the ice, the cold, it's so cold that it's very hard to hang on to, and you're holding the other vial kind of underneath it, and you're like shaking, and you're trying your best, you're holding steady, and you see it begin inching closer and closer to the lip, and you manage to get just a drop right into it, and it feels instantly cold. But you are able to pour just a drop into it, and it's weird. As soon as it hits the other glass, it seems to like turn into a teardrop of ice. Like it seems almost solid when it hits it. You even hear the tink of glass,
Like a Prince Rupert drop?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Bugman, before I continue, I still owe you that bushel of cinder root, but we weren't given an explicit time frame, so I'll get that within the next 2 weeks. Is that cool?
That seems perfectly fair. I assumed you'd do it whenever you got back.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say, do you have the fire one out?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Just let me know when you pull it out.
I'll hand this to you, but I recommend you cork it.
Are you talking about the ice one?
Yeah.
As soon as you lift it up to kind of like try and hand it to him, you notice him just kind of wave his hand as it begins floating towards him. And you see the droplet begin coming out of the vial as he's just kind of looking at it and goes, intriguing. Seems to be liquid frost. Interesting. And you used cinder root? I'm assuming that you used dragon scale, I'm going to say. Clever. Very clever.
Yes, but the type of dragon scale does matter. I will mention that as well.
I have assumed so. I've heard interesting things about dragon scales, but very incredible. Who did this? Because you didn't.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Very well. As you see, it just snap and it's gone. You don't know what happened with it, but the droplet is gone. And now what?
I'll pull out the other one.
As soon as you pull it out, he kind of looks at you and you hear this. I wouldn't open that.
It's gonna be kind of hard to give you a drop of it then.
I can get one. You're more than welcome to. Feel free, please do. That would be incredibly entertaining to me, but I would suggest not doing it. But do what you will.
If you can get just a drop of it and give the rest of it to me back, I will be more than happy to give you a drop of this
The only
one.
part of our deal was for me to take a drop, so a drop is all I will take.
Okay, the other one was the one I was really concerned about, but this one I'm cool with. Just please don't blow me up. That's all I ask. And I'll hand him this one.
As soon as you hand it out, you see him kind of flick his hand. It begins floating towards him, and he's looking, and it starts spinning as he's kind of examining it. And you see like this sheen of like blue magic kind of go across, and he goes, "Oh, interesting. You have managed to. This is a core of a fireball. That is brilliant." And now, question: is this what you were talking about with the holy water?
Yes.
Interesting.
I was wrong. It wasn't holy water.
Well, I assume that it has to do with with the explosion like that. Unstable sunstone, it looks like. Interesting.
Close. Pretty close.
Really? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Very cool. Interesting. And you see him kind of put a bubble around this thing as you see it start to separate the glass, and you see this weird small bubble of glass surrounding a very small version of the fire pop out of the side of the bottle. And you see that kind of come towards him as he flicks the other bottle back to you that looks pretty much the same. It looks maybe a little bit smaller, but negligible, as he's kind of looking at it at the tip of his finger and goes, "Very well. I shall wait for my cinder root. Those are my traps. Very intriguing. Very interesting. I like what you do. I like the things that you come up with.
I honestly didn't think this would work that well.
Be careful when you use that, I will say, because something tells me that is a bit stronger than you might think." As he snaps and the other droplet's gone. Also, if you could kind of keep our little... he waves to himself to us, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Oh, I've already told like 12 people.
Roll for deception with disadvantage.
Okay, so the first one's a dirty 20. The second one is a natural 20. So 20?
Okay. 12 people, you say?
Well, that's maybe an exaggeration, but yeah, I've told a few.
Well, interesting. Very well. Thank you, sir. You may go. And again, you see the shit-eating grin on his face.
Do you have anything cool in here that I can buy, actually?
I have a lot of cool things. What are you interested in?
I need to kill a god, and I feel like both of these aren't going to be enough.
A god, you say? Very well. What kind of god, if I might ask?
Fire, I think?
That makes a lot of sense with that other potion you've made. I'm sure you might not want to make another deal since you know the origins of this, would you?
I mean, maybe. It depends on the deal, right? Like...
I can weaponize your potion for you.
It's already a weapon.
Kind of.
You're gonna have to explain.
Unfortunately, that's not how this works, but I can make it much more effective for what you're trying to do. And in exchange...
I could always put it in a slingshot. That makes it more effective.
Feel free. Good luck.
I was hoping for a new thing, like a third magic item.
Well...
What do I even call it?
I have lots of things, but nothing that might interest you in your mission, because I assume you're going towards the keep.
What keep? The keep in, Emberdale. Yeah, probably, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Well, if you change your mind, that's what I can do for you. Good luck with whatever you try and do with it.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I'll be back with the bushel eventually. Later.
Very well.
And while I'm like... No, I'll do that later. Never mind.
What's your passive perception?
17.
Okay.
Oh, you bastard. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm out.
All right. So as you begin walking out, where are you going now?
I'm just gonna go to bed, honestly. It's been a long day of getting lied to by a thing.
All right, where are you sleeping? And he didn't lie to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna... I guess they probably don't have... I can disguise self out here, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I'm just gonna disguise self and go back in the tavern.
What are you disguising yourself as?
I'm gonna disguise myself as the guy I turned into a toad earlier.
Okay, that's fine. And you're going back to that tavern?
Yeah, fuck it.
So as you begin walking back in, your passive perception is 17, you said?
Uh-huh.
Okay, as soon as you walk in, you fucking see him. So you're probably gonna try and stealth to not be noticed by him.
Nah, I'm gonna convince him I'm his twin brother if he catches me. It's fine.
For fuck's sake.
I'm gonna just go get a room.
Okay, as you begin walking up to the bar. All right, hold on. I got. Okay, there we go. As you begin walking up to the bar, you see that bartender from before. As he kind of walks up and goes, "Hey, Quincy, what can I get you?"
Just a room for the night, man.
All right, and you see, actually, you see him kind of look over your shoulder for a second and look back at you, and he goes, "A gold," and I don't say anything.
You got a deal. Hand him that gold.
You hand him a gold, and he hands you a key. He goes, "Upstairs, second door on your left."
Sweet. On my way up the stairs, can I just lock eyes and keep walking?
With Quincy?
With Quincy.
So as you begin walking by, I'll say you accidentally bump into like somebody that's kind of close to me, and you just say like quick sorry, and he goes, "It's all good, Quincy." And you see Quincy quickly look up and look over, and he fucking makes eye contact with himself. Yeah, there's nothing but confusion on his face. He's just like, and you see him kind of nudges. Huh.
Oh. If we were to witness either Silas or Nico, if we were to witness a person in two different spots, two different individuals looking the exact same, I would tell you right now, one of you would be fucking smoking hard right now with a fucking eldritch bullet right through your chest.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah.
In all fairness, Quincy has been turned into a toad today. He's been fucking.
Quincy, yes.
Yeah.
But if either Silas or Nico witnessed that, you would be walking with a fucking hole in your chest right now. I hope you know that.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I was
super
like,
true. Anyway, Quincy is making eye contact with you, very fucking confused, as you see him kind of look down at his cup and like. And his buddy's like, "Wait, man, what's wrong? Do you do anything?" As he's about to nudge and point to you.
Yeah, I think I just turn back into Kazim and keep walking.
So, as soon as you see him nudge and point to you, his buddy looks over, and you're just an Eric Cochran, and he goes, and you hear him go, "I swear to God, it was me. As you begin walking,
don't let us hear about it.
As you begin walking
I'm just
upstairs,
fascinating him,
giggling to yourself as you were fucking destroying this man's psyche. Okay, I'm gonna say that is anything anybody want to do before we go to bed?
Question my life.
What do you mean before we go to bed? We went to bed ages ago.
Mind you, this all has happened while like Antioch is working in the shop. You guys were heading back, still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on or what Kazim could possibly up to. So I'm gonna say that's around the same time that you guys are gonna be going to bed, except for Antioch probably.
Oh my fucking god.
Antioch, will you roll for wisdom with advantage for me?
Wisdom with advantage.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, cool. Oh, fuck. Thank fuck. That will be a 21.
Okay. So I will say that after a very long night of you guys kind of working together, trying to figure out what you could possibly do, you both have managed to make this kind of, it's a brass kind of tip for your bullet that has a well on the inside that you both want to try and attempt to make that same creation that was made before, but much smaller in the tip of this, to be able to cover up with the rest of the brass so that when it hits something, it'll explode into maybe a miniature little fire explosion. roll for sleight of hand.
Just flat roll.
Just flat roll.
Okie dokie. Don't fucking fail me. Thank you. 19.
Okay. So I will say it's a new experience, so it's pretty hard for you guys to be able to do this, but you are able to get, you know, there's a few times you're able to do it, and every time there's just a bit more of a puff of smoke than the last time. And you guys managed to get 3 kind of done. You managed to make 6, but 3 of them, when you were trying to seal it back up, you accidentally hit a little bit too hard and maybe started a fire somewhere in the fucking thing. But you managed to get 3 of these bullets that you're fairly certain will explode on impact. And the only reason you guys stopped making them is because the guards came over and asked you guys to please fucking stop. You are going to burn us all down to the fucking ground. So you now have 3
Reasonable.
of these. I'm gonna call them firebolt bullets because essentially it's kind of what they're gonna be, maybe a little bit stronger. Where they will.
I was gonna say they're just doomsday rounds.
Yeah, essentially you have 3 of these special rounds where they will explode, and you still manage to have a little bit of the cinder root that was left, as well as a little bit of that potion in case you want to try and figure out how to do it later on. However, you gotta remember the kind of things that she did with her special little machine to separate the sunstone from the rest of the water and stuff like that. So it might be a little bit more difficult to make it in the future, but for now you have 3 of those rounds.
That's okay. I can collaborate with this person. I still have the ash.
Mm-hmm. Shit. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for
Yes.
it. That'd be cool
Man.
as shit. Okay.
Yes.
But I will say sometime in the night, as you guys are just trying to figure out like the best ways, maybe to upgrade it, maybe to add a little pizzazz to it, maybe to just make it a little bit more powerful, sometime in the middle of the night, you both kind of pass the fuck out with like, you've got a gunpowder all over your fucking arm. She's got burn marks kind of on the side from trying a little bit just sleepy fucking try to make that shit. And you guys have passed out in the middle of the workshop. I'm gonna say that we've all managed to complete a long rest. You guys all, I'm gonna say, Silas, you didn't sleep well, but you managed to sleep, mainly because you kept hearing a little poof.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
But you all did manage to complete a long rest. I'd like to ask you guys who do you think would wake up first in this instance? Probably not Kazim,
Not
because
Antioch.
yeah, not Antioch, definitely not Antioch.
Probably Silas, because at that point it's just routine to wake up every hour expecting an explosion, even if it isn't there.
I'm gonna say, Nico, you probably also woke up pretty early, as you didn't sleep very well either from the. Okay, Kazim, yeah, you kind of wake up at your normal time after a weird day. So, Silas, what do you do in the morning when you wake up?
I'm never leaving the forest again. Oh my god. I need to find somewhere to bathe and wake up. Nico, do you need anything? Want anything? Need me to
I want
throttle
to
any particular
die,
Aarakocra?
please. You know what? I would like a stew made out of a very familiar,
Poultry?
yes, thank you. That would be amazing. in
Your
fact.
taste.
What did I do?
You know, I make it spicy. You know, I've been craving a singed, burned chicken lately.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard peak barrow is wonderful this time of year for that
So
kind
too,
of
you know.
plump and well fed.
Yeah, right. Like
I
right
might-
for the taking, isn't it?
I might even have some truffle left over, so we could really
That
make
would
it
be
gourmet.
wonderful.
Okay,
know.
alright.
I feel afraid for my life.
Oh, are you talking about the fighter and the warlock plotting your demise? No, possible.
We would never do that.
We would never do that.
No.
You don't
Especially
need
not
to.
the warlock.
He's
I
gonna.
would never
he-
want you
You
dead.
don't need to
Why
plot
would
his
you?
demise. He's gonna do it to himself.
Yeah, we'd never do that with a 300
Yeah.
foot Eldritch Blast and a smiting axe
No, he's gonna do it to
Yeah,
himself because he's
no.
gonna go make a deal with a fucking fae.
No, I'm so well. What my exact words were to Malachi, and I will expose on the others slightly. But brother just gave 2 death marbles. The season 3 BBEG is decided. Yeah. Silas is gonna try and scrounge up some kind of breakfast with what limited resources are, and
Okay, roll
in
for nature for me.
the Ashfields. All right, nature. I just dropped something. That was a pair of scissors. That's not bad. 15.
Okay, so like you said, it is kind of slim pickings. You did manage to catch like this kind of weasel thing. It's got red fur and it's kind of long. It's not super meaty, but you do know that it seems to be able to thrive in this kind of area. It seems. I'm gonna say you managed to catch like 2 or 3 of them, so not too bad as you begin walking back. You do know how to skin these, as you've caught weasels before. It's not the best meat, but I mean it is protein. It is something better than it would be. And yeah, I'm gonna say
Nico, I will try my best to come up with some kind of broth. These tend to be a little stringy.
And I'm gonna say, as you do have some like potatoes and stuff like that. You do have this paste that you've been able to keep. It's almost like chicken bouillon, almost, where it's like very condensed chicken broth almost, and you know that you're able to drop it into some water and kind of make it almost like a chicken broth kind of. That you're beginning to boil the potatoes and some small vegetables that you had. You're kind of running low on veggies, it seems. Maybe some carrots, bit of celery and stuff. You're skinning the weasels as you kind of chop it off and remove the bones. There's not a whole lot of meat, enough for the 2 of you easily, but it'd probably be pretty hard to feed more than 3 at most as you are boiling it up in there. But yeah,
Looks like we're having casserole.
it's not the best, but it is, it's actually surprisingly good considering the slim pickings that are out here. It smells fantastic with the garlic in there and the kind of the small bits of shallots that you put in. Yeah, it smells great. And you guys have a wonderful breakfast. Kazim!
Yes.
You wake up and the room that you're in is a bit better than, say, the water wheel. It's not as extravagant as the flow was. You can tell that it's not as upkept as maybe you would like, just because it seems like there's been a lot of people just kind of in and out of this room a lot. It looks like it's been very busy. Maybe they're not cleaning it the best they possibly usually do. It's one of those things where you find like random people's like a sock randomly from someone forgetting, and maybe people that cleaned up there, you just couldn't find it and shit like that. Yeah, it's serviceable. You're hearing things. The bar below, it's maybe about 9 o'clock by the time you wake up. The bar is starting to get some patrons from the morning. It sounds busy. It sounds not like super busy, but it definitely sounds like there's quite a few people down there. Based on that, you can kind of guess that maybe a lot of people do have like their breakfast here. It seems to be a kind of hub of most of the people in town tend to go to this bar. What do you do for the morning?
I'm gonna go down and see if my boy's down there.
Who, Quincy?
Quincy.
Well, roll for, actually, what's your passive perception?
17.
Yeah, he's not down there. Something tells me he might have changed something drastically about his life.
I'm gonna ask around and see if anybody's seen Quincy. I got a plan today.
Okay, you start... roll for persuasion.
Let's see. That's a 9.
Why? No, go away. Why would we tell you? And you kind of get brushed off by pretty much anyone that you ask. No one seems to really want to share information about this random dude. Or it's either they don't know or don't want to tell you.
That's fair. That's completely fair. Now I'm gonna just go find the crew.
Okay. What do you guys, Nico, Silas, you guys are gonna make your way back into town at any point? As 9 o'clock, you guys have probably finished up your breakfast, cleaned up a little bit. You could either leave your camp, pack it up. What are you guys doing?
We're supposed to meet up kind of early-ish for the, for the actual quest that we are here for, like on the way to Emberdale. We're kind of supposed to meet up everyone, and that's where, Nico will be waiting with the carriage ready and all that.
Okay.
And yeah, Silas would have packed up all the stuff just to make it a little bit easier on Nico. He's still trying to teach him how to fold everything together a little bit.
He's useless. He's useless at that.
Okay. So as you guys are, you're making your way to your caravan. It's maybe about 9:10 by the time you look over and you see Kazim beginning to walk down, and you see this almost like proud strut as he's maybe amused by something. As you guys meet up, and all three of you are at the caravan. No sign of Antioch yet.
So you survived your deal with the devil.
Not a devil. It was a fae. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I'd argue that's why.
You know what? Next time you're gonna talk to this fae, let me tag along. I'm gonna make sure that your deals, as someone who's taken a deal with something before, I am very curious to hear about the deal of yours. So next time you're gonna talk to them, please do let me tag along.
He doesn't. Okay, I will say he doesn't want people to tag along. So that may.
I'm gonna tag along whether or not.
An example of a reason not to trust it.
Kazim, you didn't give
You don't
them
get saying this anymore.
You didn't give them your name, did you?
I'm saying in hindsight, he's a lot less trustworthy than I thought.
But yeah, Kazim, you didn't give them your name, did you?
Please
I don't think
tell me
so.
you didn't.
I haven't been mentioning my name to people. You are the ones that say my name the most. And you're not even saying my real name. Smile. Anyway.
You are on something nice there, buddy, I swear to God.
Antioch, roll me a d4, would you?
Okay.
What's the mad scientist up to?
I don't know if
We're
this
gonna
is
hear a
good or
loud
bad. It's a
thump.
4.
A 4? Okay, so as you're just kind of, you feel this bright light just kind of on your eyes as you begin kind of waking up, and you feel this drool, and as you kind of sit up, you're noticing that there's this paper stuck to your face, and you're looking around. It's a little disheveled in this place, and there's that woman from the other night just passed the fuck out on top of the notes as well. You're noticing that a lot of your notes are kind of outstretched. You do see that she has her own copies there as you begin kind of cleaning it up, and you look and you pull it off and you look in the mirror. There's writing from your notes on your face now. You're looking at the sheet. It's still kind of salvageable. It's not the first time you've gotten it wet. You just kind of lay it there as you're picking up the rest. It's about almost 10 o'clock. You guys have been sitting at the caravan for about 40 minutes before you guys haven't heard anything from Antioch as he's cleaning up. Antioch, do you just go straight to the caravan, or what do you do?
The first thing, if any of that writing is in any way legible, he is rubbing the shit out of it to make it as illegible as possible.
It looks like you just like fell asleep with it looks like someone tried to draw shit on your face but was really bad at it.
Fair enough. He can live with that. He'll pack up his notes and tuck them away, and he's going to write a note and say, "This was an awesome night. Next time, let's try some of this." And he's gonna leave some of the ash.
Okay, you just kind of put it on the workshop where it's easily visible. It's not going to be mixed. You also managed to grab like what looks to be like a small petri dish to put the ash in there so it doesn't just kind of blow away. Yeah, she doesn't fuck it, but you hear her to she's passed the fuck out as
I'll make sure I've got all my parts and make sure that nothing's too disassembled, or make sure the iron root's
what is
assembled
your
still.
Passive perception?
My passive perception is 15.
15. Yeah, you're pretty good, confident. You grabbed all of your parts. You're pretty intricate and pretty. You paid a lot of attention to that, so yeah, you think you've got all your things. You might have left 1 or 2 bullets behind, but you have a bunch of extras.
Not anymore. Actually, I gave.
Oh, that's right.
I've worked out. I've got 4 standard bullets, and I've got 3 of the as I've called them, gut poppers.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to grab all your stuff then, but yeah, maybe you left a couple like your casings and stuff that you had extras to maybe make more, but yeah, nothing important as you begin making
She's
your
got
way.
the notes on those.
Yep. Are you gonna make your way to the caravan? Where are you going?
I will make my way to the caravan to try and meet up with the others.
Okay, it's a bit about an hour of you guys sitting around the caravan waiting before you actually look over and you see Antioch kind of waddling his way down the streets towards you guys.
It's probably at that point Silas is genuinely getting concerned that they did kill themselves in some kind of experiment.
I will say I would have gone and checked on the old lady after the first 20 minutes.
Like you would have gone to the tent.
I would have gone to her tent. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I would say about as soon as you walk out, Antioch, there is Kazim walking up as he's seen you stumble out of the tent. Kazim, you look at this deep gnome. He's got this fucking ink smudge all over the side of his fucking face. He's very clearly covered in some kind of residue of something.
Ew.
And as you look in the tent, there's that pretty woman passed the fuck out in the middle of the tent on the floor.
Oh, Antioch! I didn't realize that you. I didn't realize you knew her like that.
We were working, you imbecile. And we made some fantastic devices. I have absolutely no idea what these are going to do.
And I'm gonna pull out these 3 little bullets with this bronze tip on them.
Yeah, they look a lot like the other bullets, but you can kind of see like one has like a little bit of a seam where it's got this bright like light coming out of it for something. But yeah, it looks cool.
Is that with the stuff that we made from last night?
Yes. We managed to make that into these.
That's probably not going to bite me in the butt. That's fine.
And don't tell me he needed a drop from that too, because their root also went into that. Don't tell me about it.
Same experiment, technically.
You gave him a different vial and the root still, so technically it's the same one.
Do you have any leftovers? I need to cover my bases.
Good eye, Dragon. Good eye.
I will.
Dude, go ahead.
I'll hand you one of the gut poppers.
Cool. This is a. Oh fuck! This is a new experiment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything that root goes into, you need to bring a drop off in the unforeseeable future.
Yeah, because like you said,
that was the last of the root, probably, right? Like, there's no way there's more of it. That had to be a huge root, right?
I mean, they ground it into powder. Powder, like, it doesn't take a lot of powder. As someone who
that's being
no, but to be fair, you were hearing explosions
you know?
all night, and we had a few fuck ups.
Yeah, but
in all
yeah,
fairness, though, the only reason you guys stopped is because you were asked to.
True.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like you didn't run out.
I need all the powder you have left over from that.
I'll just point into the tent. Not the stuff in the petri dish. That's for next time.
Cool. Here, let me just help you clean up, and I want to grab as much of it as I can find, without him noticing.
Okay, roll for grab the most of what?
All of anything that I can think that would have had the root.
Okay. First, I want you to roll for wisdom.
Lucky for me, that's a pretty. Oh, that's a 15.
Okay. Now roll for perception.
Another dirty 20.
Okay. Okay. So you do see where the like there on like a piece of cloth there is a small bit of the root. It seems to be the very end of it. Maybe a couple more uses and stuff. So you quickly grab that. Are you trying to do it so that Antioch can't see you?
To the best of my ability, yeah.
I don't think Antioch can really pay attention to that.
Yeah, I
Cool.
did just fall down to my passive of 15.
Yeah, I don't think Antioch would give a fuck, to be honest.
One of the
Probably
bullets.
not. He's probably just still waking up as well.
and like admiring their work from the night before because there's something new for him to test out is now in his.
Dude, I can't wait to fire one of these off.
So I'm gonna say that you managed to find a little bit of powder that was like you kind of grabbed the grater that she was using and kind of dust off the rest that she had on there into like a bag with the root in it. You're grabbing like small potions and like looking at it, making sure that there's nothing in it. But yeah, you feel pretty confident you got most of it, if not all of it.
I'm gonna sprint across town and find that damn fairy.
So without saying a word to you, Antioch, Kazim just fucking leaves.
Okay, I'm gonna head back to the caravan because
Okay, Nico, Silas, did you guys stay at the caravan?
Silas just sat here. He doesn't know what to think because, like, at this point, you know, Kazim's gone. I'm just kind of sat here with Nico. Like, what? So much has happened in the last 12 hours. There's a devil that we need to deal with. It might be our devil. I say my devil. It might not. It could be a completely different one. Kazim is pissed off of Faye. And this is the same Kazim that pissed off Paylor and Therisdune. And, you know,
We are just digging ourselves in a deeper and deeper and deeper hole with each passing day.
And
At one point, we like there will be a point of no return. We'll dig so fucking far down, we will never be able to make it out. Let's be honest. I don't think we will ever make it out. I think we're doomed for what like the entire business with Therisden and everything around it. We've started that shit. Well, we didn't start it, but like we've been there since it started here. And I don't think we'll make it out. Let's be honest. I don't see our chances as very high. Silas? And I'm worried about that.
We will find a way to continue our path. I think it's just a matter of maybe considering certain choices before certain people's certain choices before rushing to conclusions, aptly being we'd never let Kazim be on his own ever again. With that being said, I
thought that, you know, we're supposed to be a group, right? There's just nothing short of a fucking shit show every time we go anywhere at this point.
Silas is like genuinely gonna like look at the box, just like pull it off his hip and just hold it in his hands. Like,
what is this? Where did you even get it? What is this all about? I've seen it before. You tapped it before. I have no clue what this fucking shit is.
I figured now would be a good time to tell you. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is a deck of cards.
A deck of cards.
And
I didn't know you were a gambler.
A gambler of fate, perhaps. It was in the bag of holding. Iame was very cautious about it. Something drew me to it.
Alright.
Almost as though fate was guiding I quite literally was not in control of my own body at the time.
That's totally not alarming or anything.
Some higher power guided me to it, but I pulled cards from this box. 2 of them were positive from the understanding, 1 of them was negative. In what understanding I do not know, but I can hazard my guesses. But this is how I got my shield, and it'll kind of show the, kind of almost a glass like, bejeweled almost shield. This is how we got the key that I've given you.
Nico, you now piece together that is a deck of many things.
Yeah.
And you know what those
Yeah.
are, and you know what they do.
Oh, Silas, this is really, really bad.
I understand the
How
scope.
many cards did you pull?
Only 3.
How many are there left, do you know?
A couple dozen, perhaps.
Couple dozen?
I'll be honest, I haven't entirely counted them. My point is,
Are you worried that the keep is actually the devil that you may have summoned? Demon thing?
I don't know if they are related, but and the reason I bring it up now is with the deals that are being made between all of us. All of us have made deals and broken deals, and made good decisions, bad decisions, sent people away when we shouldn't have, treated people the way we shouldn't have, and all of that, every good day and bad day, every team up and every fight we've had, led me to this deck of cards.
I do see your point.
And I understand that it is playing a game of fate, and I understand that it is dangerous, and I understand that there are most likely cards in here that will give us everything we desire, and there are cards in here that will destroy the fabric of reality as we know it. But this is a deck of cards that is very important to me now. It is a deck of cards that is very sacred, and I will protect, and I will only use it if I feel that it is the only option, or if I feel that fate is guiding us that way. But I know...
This is a very dangerous thing. But, you know what? I will strike you a deal if we're striking deals left and right now. Whatever happens when you pull that deck of card, I will help you with that to the best of my ability, Silas. I don't want you to get hurt. And I want us to succeed, and I will help you with whatever comes off of it.
I know we've had our differences, and I know we've had our fights, and
yeah,
a lot of that, I will admit, was out of fear.
What were you
Fear,
so afraid of?
fear that you and Dahlia would follow the path that those I care about and those I love have fallen into. And I realize you, Kazim, Dahlia, and even Iami, even to an extent now Antioch, are the closest thing I have to a tribe now, to a clan, to a family. And I extend that to Tasha and Greymore, of course, and I know that some of my decisions, some of your decisions, some of Dahlia's and Kazim's have caused rifts. And I know how much Tamiel meant to you. I can't apologize for how I feel about him, how I did feel and how I still do, but I do apologize for how it affected you. And I would like to offer an olive branch. and I will open the box and offer it to Nico.
Yes.
You do not need to, and I understand if you don't want to, but you understand how sacred this is to me, and you understand how sacred you are to me. You and Kazim are the closest things I will forever have now as brotherhood, and Dahlia will always be a daughter to me, and I'm not sure what my relationship towards IME truly is, but I know that that too is something very dear to my heart. You and I know that the two of them are off finding themselves, and I do hope that one day we'll see them again. I plan on writing to them, but I will, against my better judgment to an extent, offer the same thing to Kazim, hoping that going into this fight we can put everything behind us and from this day forth move on as a proper family. If you would like to pull the card, I trust you, and whatever is on that card, I will face with you until the end of time.
Dude, you're about to fucking kill my character, I swear. Oh my
I'm not making you do it. I will make that very clear. I'm not making you do it. But
Oh, fuck me.
Look, I
Oh, shit.
also, Karma, I would like to count how many cards are in there.
Okay. Let's see. You count. How many did you pull?
3.
There is 17 left.
Okay. Oh, what the? Okay,
You don't
come on.
have, Dragon, you don't have to, but
No, I understand that. I'm fighting with myself because I really want to.
you want it, right? Like, you want
Yeah,
it.
yes, I wanna. Karma.
Hmm.
Nico would be very familiar with the concept of
Incredibly so.
Incredibly so, right? His
Can I-
intuition.
Can I give you a
Yes.
piece of information that Nico would know that might sway?
Yes.
The deck would not exist if the wish spell was used. So you know wish is still in the deck. For a fact, you know it's still in there.
Oh.
If they want to
Nico
make
will-
weapons of mass destruction, let's make our own dragon.
Nico will look at Silas in his eyes.
There's that like scar underneath one of his eyes from when he stabbed himself in the eye.
Oh god.
Yeah. But he honestly
I'll
for
make this
the
very...
for the first time in probably a long time, he's looking at you with the most genuine trust he's ever had in you. Like, you know, before obviously they butted heads and had their differences. All of that has all of that has melted away. Like that it's like that never happened.
I learned that sometimes fate pushes us in a certain direction, and I know how much could help. Come on, please don't do this. Sure, Nico will close his eyes and pull a card. Fuck it.
How many cards are you
Sure.
pulling?
He said one, and he will stick to that. He
All right,
will
one
pull a
card.
card.
I need you to roll a d20 for me. I have a chart on here right now.
We got this,
Fuck
Dragon.
me then.
We got this.
Dude.
What you get?
Well, that's a 18.
18. Okay. 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Uriel. Let's see what that does.
Oh.
Wait, didn't you miss 15?
Oh no!
Didn't you miss 15?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know.
Count again just to be sure.
All right, I'm gonna count again one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Uriel.
Oh, I'm
I
so
don't know what
sorry.
it does, so. I don't know what it does, so we'll see.
I think I know what that does. That is, but
Ew.
Am I about to die?
for people,
Not about-
I'll just say,
As you are looking at the box in front of you, Nico, you're worried about so many different things. You're feeling the magical energy really coming off of this thing, and it feels almost like looking into the eyes of a god. And as your hand begins reaching out, and you just trace the edge of it, hoping that you feel a card that's going to give you the kind of future that you're wanting. And you pull it out, and you look at it, and a Medusa-like image appears in front of you. It almost looks like a beholder with the snakes coming out, as you feel this kind of weakening coming towards you, as it feels like it's sucking something out of you before it burns up. You now have a penalty of -2 to your all saving throws, and in the back of your hand is now the visage of some kind of Medusa's head. And with your extensive experience, you now know you have been cursed.
oh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, you know what? Nico had shit saves to begin with, let's be honest. So that's kind of like to change. But oh my god, minus to all my saves! Fuck me!
-2.
Although we
Wait.
know the churches can deal with that.
We know that gods can.
Gods can. I have. You know what? Nico will. He knows exactly what this does. I take it.
Yeah, Nico
know,
would know. Nico has seen this image before and knows that
Yeah.
it is much more powerful than normal curses. Much more powerful.
And Nico, you know what? Nico will smile at Silas and he will say, I have a really good feeling about this. Thank you for sharing this with me. And he will send him a genuine smile.
I don't like that. I don't like. Oh fuck. Oh god.
Is
I don't know.
is the
I don't know how to
modifier
take
-2,
that.
or does that change all of the?
Whatever your saves are, you now get 2 less than whatever that save is. For every single of your saving throws. So if you have a +3, you now have a +1. If you have a +1, you now have a -1.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yep.
Nico is well aware of that, and
All
he
of
knows
your saves.
he knew exactly what's in the deck, and he knows how it works.
He knows exactly what just happened to him.
Effect. He knows exactly, and he will send Silas a very warm, almost like there's a twinkle of sadness, but it's like he gives him a smile.
I will also say, you do know there's at least 2 more cards probably in that deck that could probably help.
He's actually not worried about that.
Okay.
He has a rather content smile.
So I was just gonna sort of see. I imagine I sort of see this almost tattoo.
Yeah, you see you see him
appear.
holding the card in front of him, and as soon as it evaporates, you see it appear on the back of his hand.
And it's gonna very slowly kind of take your hand and trace it. What has been done to you?
Well, I have taken away something that could have hurt you in the future. And I'm happy for that. This is a very dangerous thing. And I do trust you with it, Silas. I really do.
Leave.
I know we had our differences, and I'm glad that we can push it past us, to be honest. It's been waiting on me a lot.
It's staring at the tattoo, trying to figure out kind of. Because I imagine that he would have sort of heard of a Uriel or a Gorgon or a Medusa and kind of.
Nope, you have no idea.
Okay.
I would recommend only drawing from this if you truly need it. Like you said, it's an extremely potent magic in this palace. I've seen it before, and I know what it can do, and it can do a lot of things.
I will offer Kazim one as well, in fairness, and so that the three of us can try and move forward.
Just be careful. My deal still stands. Whatever happens, whatever comes out of the deck, I will help you with that. Because we have a mission, and I know that you will help me. Only it varies then. With all we've got, I know that you will help with that. And I'm happy that we are finally able to see to it as one group. Whatever might come ahead of us.
I will defend our family, however extended it may be. You have my word, brother. I'm just gonna slowly close the box and sort of keep it in his hand waiting for Kazim, because it's probably better we do it now and get it over with, rather than sort of wait until we're up to the devil and then be like, oh, by the way, fuck you. So yeah, he's just gonna sort of sit there and wait for Kazim.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, Antioch, you're probably heading back to the caravan, or are you following Kazim?
Yeah, so after Kazim left, Antioch straight towards the.
So I'm gonna say
the caravan.
during this interaction, you probably just witnessed Silas just putting something in his pocket as he's holding Nico's hand for some reason. Kazim, you're heading towards the shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been walking up, and once again, you feel that weird, heavy pressure coming from the inside. Do you have your spell up again? Or is it still up? I think that yeah, you didn't put that back up. Did you change unattune to it?
Wait a minute. Kazim is going to the shop?
Yeah, he's going to the shop.
Yeah, I'm dropping off the rest of the things that I think have the root in them.
Okay.
I'm literally just going to drop them off and go back.
Okay, are you tuned to the band still?
I am, yeah.
Okay, just want to see. So as you begin walking inside, and you try and just kind of drop off the stuff, you see the human, once again, kind of pick up the bullet and go, the hell is this?
It's like a potion capsule. You throw it at something really hard and it works.
Oh, is this something else that has the root in it?
Yeah, it's the same thing as the fire one that I let you grab a drop out of. I assume it's the same experiment, but now it's technically a new experiment because it's in a new thing. There's more of those, but they're all identical.
You see him just kind of pull his finger, and you'd expect it to come from the top with the actual potion in it, but what he actually does is he takes a bit from the brass and the black powder in it, and he gets himself a small sphere of brass and goes, this'll do, I think. And you said there's more of these? You don't need to worry about bringing them, as I have all the components to it, but interesting.
Cool.
And he just puts it back down. And do you put the rest of the cinder root on there?
Yeah, that petri dish, I'm gonna just the rest of it.
You didn't grab the petri dish.
I'm gonna burn the rest.
Okay.
I didn't. I thought I did.
No, the petri dish wasn't the cinder root powder.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. That's what Antioch was explaining. He
Yeah,
said,
you could see
"Everything,
the difference
don't
between
touch the
you.
petri
You could
dish."
tell that wasn't the cinder root powder. It was like it just looked like charcoal essentially. So you're just taking the rest of that root and you're just gonna go burn it.
I'm gonna say get rid of this, destroy it, keep it. I don't care. It's yours now. It's no longer mine. No, not my monkeys, not my circus.
Well, don't think that quite works like that.
Fine, then let me have the cinder root.
Very well. He hands it to you.
Take it, and then bada bing, bada boom, sacred flame. It's in smoke, and I'm just gonna crumble the ashes on his table. That's the rest of it.
Okay, so you go to cast your sacred flame, and there's this weird energy around the cinder root, and as you watch and you try to burn it, it doesn't burn.
Okay, cool. Then this is going in. How much is there?
There's literally like, think of a carrot. There's just, that tip at the top that you just cut off when it's that green shit. You have that little bit there, and there's maybe like a thimble full of the actual powder. There's not a whole lot of it.
And it doesn't burn to radiant. Okay.
Doesn't burn.
Mm.
So, I want you to roll for Arcana for me.
Okay. A 13?
A 13? Yeah, you probably won't. Okay. So what are you doing?
Okay. Terrible plan. Terrible plan. Terrible plans. I have no idea. I'm gonna just ask what's this guy's name again?
Geralt.
Geralt?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy, pal. Is this stuff poisonous? Can I eat it?
I guess that would technically be a new experiment. Find out.
But then would I give you a drop of my blood?
I guess we'll see.
Would that do it?
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know what's going to happen, so I'd love to see what happens.
I'm not doing that. No, fuck that. Can I buy a bottle of water from you? Do you have a bottle of water?
I have... like the Dasani. You see him wave over just this plastic bottle of just Dasani. No, but you see him grab a vial and goes, and you see him kind of twirl his finger, and a small ball of water appears over the vial, and he goes in and goes, "I'll sell it to you for a silver."
Deal. Here's a silver. Bam. I'm gonna put as much of that cinder root in the water as I can.
You're just gonna break up a little bit and just put it in there and just kind of shake it up.
There's last experiment. You can keep this one. I don't care.
No, just a drop. As he pulls out his little drop and goes, rather unexciting and uneventful, but the other two shall do. As he flicks and it goes away.
Will this do anything?
I don't know. Why don't you find out?
I'm gonna pour it on the ground.
Okay. So you pour this wet cinder root on the ground, and as soon as it hits like the ground, it starts smoldering, and it begins lightly catching on fire.
Well, I'll be back in a couple weeks.
as you begin leaving, and yeah, roll for strength.
Damn it. That's okay, that's an 11 minus 1 for 10.
Yeah, there's something that's keeping you in place. You try and turn around and walk away, but you just stop moving for some reason. I
need to stamp it out.
It is your experiment, after all.
Alright. I'll stamp it out.
So you managed to stamp it out. And you do see one small flicker of the fire that was there in the ember kind of come up as he twirls it around his fingers and goes, interesting, and flicks it gone. All right, there's no more. I'll release you from that part of the deal, but you must still bring me my bushel.
Yes, of course. Your name is Geralt, right? Is that your real name, or is that just what I'm calling you?
Would you like to give me your name and find out?
Not particularly. Does it have to be my real name?
You have to give me your name. That seems simple enough.
See, I have my real name, and then I have what people call me.
You will just give me your name.
What's the difference?
It's your name.
Okay. I'm not gonna win any arguments with this guy. I'm just gonna go.
Happy trails. Good luck. So, as you begin walking back, dejected from that just fuck this guy, he's begin walking back with a bit of an attitude back to the caravan. As what are you guys talking about while you're waiting for Kazim to come back? As you both notice that Antioch has just walked up.
Think Nico would just pull his hand into his pocket and give Silas this look of like, "Don't you dare say a word." I feel like that would be something he'd do.
Silas is absolutely just gonna nod to that and honestly start playing his horn.
Okay, so
But Nico, having heard him play it before, he can probably tell that he's playing it more like, I need something to focus on. I need to cope. I feel like I've just
he's
killed
playing
you.
a bit of My Chemical Romance, as he said.
Yeah.
Anyway, after a while of playing, Kazim, you can hear the horns playing. You both look over. You do notice Kazim just kind of walking back, and you see this kind of like irritated look on his face, but you know, he's not dead and he's alive. He looks the same.
Where were you?
I got.
Kazim?
It doesn't matter. He talked circles around me. It never happens.
Did you go back to talk with the dude?
No. I was talking to. Okay, there's this guy Quincy, and I'm totally gaslit. It's going great.
Wait, is this the guard
Like-
thing all over again?
Yes, gaslight.
We need to leave this place before it burns down to the ground. Okay? Are we on the same page here?
Who's burning it to the ground?
You. Probably you,
Oh.
let's be honest.
You do look down and notice
Yeah.
that like his feathers on his foot are a little bit more singed for some reason.
There is.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna.
there is- No, you go.
Obviously,
You go first.
knowing that Kazim has just lied, I'm gonna lean over to him.
Do you know that I lied?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, because I know you were going back to that other guy with the bullet
Did
that
I
I
say
gave
that?
you.
I don't think I told you that. I said that. I think I
I
said
was
just
I was
gonna
in the
clean up
tent when
and
you
then I
guys
ran
were
away.
talking about. I was in the tent when you guys were talking about needing, like, a drop from anything that stuff was in,
He was there.
and
for
then
it.
you asked me if I used that stuff in it. That's
Okay.
why
I will
had
say
given you the
he
bullet.
is a pretty smart deep gnome, so he could probably piece it together. He's probably not sure exactly where you went, but he is probably pretty sure after you didn't go back to the caravan that you. Let me correction. I will say you know he has to go back, but you don't know exactly that he did just yet. You know that he
Did-
does
okay.
have to, but you don't know if he
Yes.
did just yet.
Which wouldn't have changed what I was gonna say to him anyway, because I was just gonna lean over to him and whisper, how did you go with the little, and just sort of stop.
No, truly zero idea what you're talking about. Let's talk about it later, though.
Kazim, there is one affair to tie up. I think if Nico, we're both in agreement of that better now than
It is
later.
entirely up to you. I will stand behind you and your decisions, however they may be.
Is that so that if something explodes, you have me to protect you from the explosion?
I
I
mean,
won't be offended.
it's a smart move. I mean,
Yeah.
-2 to saving throws.
Yeah, I'm almost 7 feet, so like
I'd give you advantage on a saving throw if that happened. Anyway,
Silas, believe me when I tell you, if I die, this is...
don't finish that sentence, please. Kazim,
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that there's been a lot of ups and downs in our little band of merry misfits over the last few weeks. And I know that a lot of us have had agreements and disagreements over decisions that each other have made. And I won't speak for you, of course, but me and Nico are in agreement that now that we are we have time to make proper preparations for what is to come. And we've all seen the best and worst of each other. That now is the time we need to learn how to work as a proper unit, both in terms of our skills, but also personalities.
Silas, I'm gonna stop you right there. I think I'm already seeing the potion maker. I'm flattered that you asked, though.
My proposal was less of companionship and more of fate and power.
Okay.
I wish to show you the trust between you, myself, and Nico. I've offered this to Nico already, and they took the deal, and whatever consequences be of that, we will face them together. I offer you access to that which is most sacred to me right now. And I reveal the box. Would you like a card?
Sure. And I'll just grab the box and try to draw a card.
How many do you draw?
Silas is gonna open it to you, but he's got a firm grip over it, just in case. He specifically said a card.
A card.
Mm-hmm.
This is a show of trust to me. All right, I won't steal. I'll just grab one.
Just one?
Just one. For now.
Okay. So I need you to roll me a d20.
I got you. That's a 3.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Please don't tell me he gets the wish. Please don't tell me that he gets the wish.
I have a different way that would have been that this was gonna make it more fair, because the other way was gonna be alphabetical, and you do not want a 3. So one, two. Oh.
Oh.
Is that O or is that O?
1 second. That's
I don't know what this is.
He just said roll, so this is.
I don't know how this is gonna go. So, Kazim.
Oh, is it one of the XP ones?
No.
Hmm.
So you go in and you draw from the deck, and you said you rolled a 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Nat 3.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Moon.
Oh fuck! Moon?
And I just rolled a D. I just rolled for it. You pull out this card, and there's this gorgeous replica of a full moon that comes on. It almost seems to glow, and you see it start to shine very brightly. And for all of a sudden, there seems to be these 2 round marble moons in front of you. You have 2 of them. They're about the size of like a bouncy ball or something like that. I don't know if you would know what that means. I know that Nika would know what it means, but I don't know if Kazim would know what that means.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, for the sake of...
Josh knows.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I don't know if Kazim would know. Or if,
Kazim probably knows it.
Yeah, I
Do
don't
you
think
want me to
so.
roll for that?
Yeah, roll for Arcana.
+1, don't fail me now. Oh, that's a sick... Oh, actually, that's a 15. I thought that was a 5.
A deck of many things are very interesting. Okay, well, you would notice that the rest of the deck evaporates. So you have probably put together that it is probably a wish spell. And because you have 2 of them, you have 2 that you can use at any time.
Did I just destroy your deck of many things?
Yeah, you did.
I fucking knew that you were going to be the one to fucking draw the
That's a
wish
different one
spell.
that destroyed the deck.
Do you guys want to know what it would have been if I would have gone alphabetically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don John?
Oh.
Yes! Don John!
That would have been horrible.
For those of you who don't
so-
know,
For those of you who don't know who Don John is you disappear and become entombed in a state of suspension animation in an extra dimensional sphere. So he would have disappeared. But no, now he gets wish.
you also can't be located by any divination magic except for a wish spell.
Yep.
I fucking hate
So I just extended like this thing of trust of like this will be the thing we use when we need it most. It's gone.
I'm sorry, I broke your deck. I didn't mean to.
Can I see that card? Or is...
Does the card still exist?
The card has
No.
turned into the small
Oh, yeah.
moons. The
Nico knows exactly what this is.
Mm-hmm.
These are like
I
bouncy
will-
balls, right?
I will.
They're about the size of
I will-
bouncy balls.
I will look
Okay.
at Kazim.
They are perfect
And I
replicas
will-
of the moon.
I will
Do
tell
I
him.
have?
Kazim, be careful with what you do right now. Please stand still. Don't say shit right now, please.
Antioch is looking on in complete astonishment of what
What's
the
your
fuck
holding?
is this?
Yeah, you've no idea what this is,
holding
by the
right
way,
now?
Antioch.
No clue.
And Silas is now just looking at his empty box and like, what the fuck did you do?
Where's my
So-
deck?
I will
I
tell you.
so
Kazim,
badly want to say
something.
so many things.
Be careful what you say from now on, period.
Until forever.
Until forever. Be careful what you wish for, because what you're holding are things that in any situation would be, in any other situation would be amazing to have. But right now, you are holding basically two modes of possibility. Anything that you wish for, any two things. With everything that comes with it, be that bad wording or interpretation of fate, will happen. Kazim, you've pulled the moon card, which gives you effectively two wishes. And you can wish for anything. But when I say anything, I mean anything. Could come good, could end up killing everything and everyone. So be extremely careful what you say, who you say to, and what you do with that, Kazim. Because from now on, if you wish something, there's a chance it could just happen like that, even when you didn't mean to.
Silas is staring at the orbs.
Yeah, you just
So
heard
these
Nico.
are-
You just heard Nico tell Kazim that he has two wishes to
Yep.
do anything he possibly could
Yep.
want.
Yep, and Silas is staring at them and then going looking to Nico, to Kazim, then back at the like just like
And the infighting starts now.
You could literally just wish yourself, oh, you know what? I wish Ferriston was gone. And just like that. You don't know what would happen. You don't know what would follow. But it could happen. You could very much wish for it. And you have no idea how it will go or how it's going to be interpreted.
I'm guessing he has to be the one to make these wishes.
I'm gonna make
Well, technically.
I'm gonna make my first wish before the end of the session, so that you have time to plan for this karma. And I think I know what my wish to be.
Okay. Do you want to tell me or do you want to message me?
Okay, this shapes reality itself.
This
Right?
changes it is literally you. Essentially, you get to go into my notes and do something, give yourself something, change something drastically, whatever you want. But like Nico said, be very careful with your wording. I am essentially a djinn.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a fucking monkey's paw.
Yeah. Be very
It
careful
is.
with how you say it.
And no, Silas, it is not if he is the one to make the wish. Those two things that he's holding, we
Oh
just
my
added
God.
to the game an entire new pawn that we have no idea or no capabilities of keeping safe should they come into you knows whose hands.
Karma, I was very clear with you. When I made Kazim, one of the things I
Yep.
said, one of his flaws were how power hungry he
Yep.
was. And how all he craves is power.
Mm-hmm. He now has it.
I'm gonna bring in one of my backup characters after this spell, because I don't think there's any reasonable way you can keep me in the campaign as Kazim.
There, I know. Just what's the wish?
I, Kazim, wish that I had more power than every god combined.
So, in front of both of you, you hear him state these words, and you just see he's gone. Kazim, those were your last words to your companions. Now, what happens with him?
I'll say, what happens to the other moon? Is that with him?
It's still with him. Would you like me to tell you on stream right now what happens with Kazim? Or would you like me to message you?
As one final fuck you to the cast, I would like you to message me what happens to Kazim.
I will message you after this episode then. So yeah, Kazim is now gone.
Silas?
I'm just a fucking guest. Why am I here for this shit?
Yeah. So you just
Silence?
witnessed Kazim say that he wished he was more powerful than all of the gods. And yep. Combined.
What have I done?
Well, Silas?
That's the dream, baby!
And he has the other one. It didn't
The
drop.
thing is, if what he said is true, then, and I believe in the power of the artifact, it doesn't matter whether or not he has it, because he has way more capabilities to use that as the flickers of his finger, either way. So at that point, I wouldn't worry about that anymore. What the thing is right now, it is just you and me against Feristan. Because I don't know where Kazim's heart would be in this situation. We've just lost yet another member of our group.
And it's
It
my
is
fault
just-
again.
No. That would be the fault of his own greed, I'd say. I told you before, power corrupts people. And unfortunately, that's what it was. Kazim is our friend. He always was, and he always most likely will be. But right now, it is just you and me. And he's made his choice. He could have wished for Thurston to just poof away, for Palor to just poof away. He could have wished for anything. But if that's what he went with, well, there's nothing that you can blame on yourself. You've given him the free choice that he had. You've given me the free choice. And whatever happens from here on out, we will face it together, you and me.
So I was just gonna look up at the sky. Watch over him, Lyra. We have unleashed something far more dangerous and far more manipulative than any dragon, any elder god, any titan. The hells themselves will shake.
I am sure this is not the last we've heard of him, or what's become of him. let's just hope that our final mission is not going to be fighting him. Because there is no going back from that. Well, I'm going to turn to Antioch. Why don't you lead the way to where we're supposed to be going? Antioch? We've got a long way ahead of us.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck just happened?
No, just don't question it. Don't question it. Fate
What
will
do you mean
will
don't
have
question it?
Fate will have it that Kazim is no longer with us. And when I said that Kazim will
He
die
just
by the end of this
disappeared!
episode, yes, you know what? Weirder things have happened.
He took my bullet.
And you can curse him for all you would like to. I'm sure that's not gonna bite us back in the ass.
Okay.
Look, I don't know where to take from this from now. This is all just a shit show that we are just tiny pawn pieces of. And this is right now outside of our hands. We cannot do anything other than to try to focus on the thing that we're supposed to do here in the first place.
Oh, sure. We need to go speak to, someone about something. Going. We need to speak to someone about going this way. Hey, he's just gonna walk off. He's just walking off. He is roughly trying to remember where the hell he was supposed to go to meet a person, and he's off. Muttering the entire way.
Okay.
Nico is just going to look at Silas and he will offer him a tired look on his face.
Silas, like, mentally and emotionally, he is not on this plane of existence.
Yeah.
Like, he looks at you and he's terrified.
I think Nico would give him a hug, honestly.
And Silas is gonna, like, tightly grip Nico's shirt, like, almost in a protective way.
Okay. Well, I know we're a little bit early, but I honestly can't think of a better place for us to call this episode. While you guys are trying to figure out what the fuck just happened with Kazim, where he went, he's gone forever, what to do with Antioch from now, we are going to call this episode here. That was intense. It's crazy. I don't know if we're going to be back next week. We probably will be the next week, I think, after next week. So we'll see.
Next week is Ashes.
Ashes is the next week? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
So hopefully the week after that, we might come back for another episode. I don't know, but I'll try and keep everyone posted as much as I can. Thank you guys for coming to watch us. Thank you guys for coming to play with us. That was fucking bananas. Josh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you now, but I'm excited to see where this fucking goes. This is gonna drastically change how this whole thing works. So Josh, as the new elder god, do you want to do it this week? Yep, he's muted. I don't know if you can hear us.
Bye.
There it is.
What is a ray of light without the shadow it creates? What is the darkness without desire for flame? What is a warrior without a worthy foe? What would you like to do? No one knows if there is Dune or Paler came first. An ancient struggle throughout all time to push against the other keeps both upright. Is the coming chaos worth the peace? Is it all just a puzzle to complete? A one-sided coin can't exist, isn't real, and thus goes the tales of Ethyl. Thus goes the tales of Ethyl.